it's time for another AltJake Takes On Live Watch Party.
Hello, everybody. StreamYard's loop is not working. All right. We've already had one StreamYard issue and we're 1 minute in. I had the loop checked. I don't know why it didn't loop, but all right. It's all good. We've got a guest that we want to bring on here and we want to get rolling. But I am AltJake. You are listening to another AltJake Takes On Watch Party. We are going to watch all of the biggest NXT show of the year for Stand and Deliver. I don't think the pre-show matches happened yet. I've had this on the whole time, so we'll watch that too. But I want to bring in obviously George here. How you doing tonight, my friend? Or afternoon good. Here. It's only 3:30 for me. This is early.
It's not really evening. It's 5:30. Close enough.
Yeah. It's still late afternoon. I'm in mid-afternoon here in the on the West Coast, but we are good. We've got a guest. We want to bring her on here. Let's give her some applause for Dr. Gina. One of the her and Zeus do a weekly NXT podcast, so we thought bring on an NXT expert here for tonight. How are you doing tonight?
I'm excellent, thank you. I'm really excited for Stand and Deliver. We got a great lineup tonight of matches. Yeah,
no, and let's pull this up here because I found this online, which is a really cool poster for it of like all the matches and everything going on. This should be a fun show. I'm really looking forward to this. This is kind of like, I feel like NXT's version of, obviously it's their version of WrestleMania, but the whole NXT reboot, this is like the culmination of it where they've actually are going to start. And because I've seen a lot of people saying that like with the ratings or the shows haven't been as good because they lost their 3 top stars to the main roster, which is fine. That's normal. That's how that works. But I think they've retooled pretty well and we're set up for a good show.
Yeah, we've got some top stars for sure here. I mean, Tony D, great.
I have become such a big fan of him. I liked him in the the mob gimmick or whatever it was, but we always said that was an NXT gimmick that wasn't ever going to last too long on the main last long enough to go onto the main roster, and they retooled him perfectly, and his reintroduction was great. Like I'm a big fan of what he's been doing.
Yeah, he's been doing this is real star power coming from him. Joe Hendry also showing himself to be a real leader with this title. So I'm 50-50 between those two. And other people saying they think it's going to be Ethan Page. I think Ethan and Ricky are going to get in each other's way. So no matter what, that's going to be a top-notch match.
And if you haven't been paying attention to NXT, this pre-show they got going, you're going to be caught up in like five seconds.
I was going to say they've really, I watched on I watched NXT on Wednesday. Because I'm on Toonie Talk every Tuesday at 8 p.m. on the Toon Wrestling channel. But when I was watching it, I thought the video packages were really done well for like Soul and Zaria. And then even like the stuff with Tatum and Blake has been pretty good there. And these video packages have been great so far on the
they're giving each match like 10-15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Oh, it looks like we've got a super chat in here. Let me give you a nice little.
It's called Drink Responsibly.
Drink response. Yeah, Ewan Cumia with $1.99. Thank you so very much, our friend here. I had too much wine on Wednesday and Thursday. I mean, it's Easter weekend. So was it sacramental wine?
I mean, I think we've all had too much wine, a different kind of wine from last night.
Oh my gosh.
Nice lead in. We're gonna start off hot.
I was gonna see what you guys wanted to start off with.
We had some plans for some other things, but that can wait till tomorrow.
Yeah,
I did some quick digging for you before I came on. We'll work our way backwards. Do you know who Pat McAfee's agent is?
Yes,
Ari Emanuel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And this was all his.
Who owns TKO? Ari Emanuel.
Ari Emanuel.
WWE. TKO.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you go back. For tomorrow, we're going to discuss this more in depth tomorrow.
Sure.
When you go back, everyone to go back and listen to Cody's unscheduled promo because it wasn't scheduled. From what I've looked at, it wasn't in the sheet. There wasn't even a plan for the match.
In the sense that Triple H, those guys knew it was there.
They planned it as a response to what happened, is what I'm gathering. So I think from what I've read, and I don't know if it's true, but hey. It's been reported. Bodyslam.net reported it. They're pretty reliable from what I've from what I've seen. This was a TKO call to bring McAfee in.
Oh,
and if you remember Ariel's quote from a while back, he wanted to turn Pat McAfee into the next Sylvester Stallone. Is that what the way he said? I think, right?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
I believe you were right. Yeah.
Yeah. So this all kind of that promo was a response to this, I think. And if you go back and listen, which I did shortly before we came on, I think they're going to turn this into WWE versus TKO thing. I don't know what's going to happen, but that's what I found out for you.
No, I saw some of the reporting about how it wasn't scheduled or it wasn't on the run sheet, but that doesn't mean like I don't think they put it through. I don't think they put that together last. I think this was planned for like in the writing crew and with Triple H from the beginning of it to have Cody at least come out and do a response. Now they probably didn't script what he was going to say, let him just be hot. But
I've never seen it happen where he actually tweeted before he said it. Remember, because you responded to it.
Oh yeah. No, I retweeted it. I was hoping. I definitely retweeted it because I mean, I always thought he was going to come back out. I mean, they showed you Randy and Pat leaving, but they didn't show Cody leaving. So they didn't say Cody left. So I just kind of figured that.
Yeah, I don't believe anything. I just look at what I see and go from there. I mean, and it makes sense, sort of.
No, it does. It does. No, it definitely does. It definitely does. Looks like we got some people coming into the chat too. Good to see everybody here. I see Sauce and LK. Anthony who got coming in live from the show. He's in the audience. Nice. Yeah. I was happy that he was able to go because I know he's from the St. Louis area. And when it was announced, I know he was trying to go, but you can't ever tell.
You see NXT's doing a tour?
I saw that they were doing something, but
they're coming to Buffalo on a Friday.
Okay.
On a Friday, and they're playing the
the
outside concert venue. Half of it's inside, half of it's outside. It's right on the waterfront.
Okay.
I was very surprised by that.
When are they coming there?
May 15th.
I could see that. I could see that. I was thinking Buffalo. I'm like, May works.
Not anytime soon.
Yeah. Right. I was thinking it wasn't going to be like, in the fall or even like, like late spring, you could have some of those moments. I lived in Boston long enough to know that could happen. I remember when we snow in April and I was like, I can't, I have to move back to the West Coast. And within like 8 months, I was back home. Actually, I moved to LA, but it's still, I do not last in the cold. I have learned my lesson with that. I do not handle the cold. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Everybody saw me. I did not like this. I was not a fan of this segment because having Pat be the one on the phone, I get how they're making it like, oh, well, he's reminding Randy that he was the GOAT and whatever. Like, that is thin for me. I would have rather it been.
I agree.
Totally agree. Now, they obviously, we all knew the dad was a red herring. Like, we never thought it was going to be Bob Orton because he doesn't have the best relationship after
He's 75 years old too.
That too, yeah. Well, I just always think of like what happened with Undertaker and the hepatitis scare and all that. Like, Bob's not in the best standing with the company, but I was thinking like what you said, George, and even Anthony, that it was just going to be the voices in his head.
Dude, I said, I said that.
That would have made sense.
After I said Bob Orton first, and I'm like, well, there's no way he's 75.
But that's what they wanted you to think.
Yeah, you think. But just have it be himself. Like everyone looks at his phone and there's nobody there. It makes more sense. And then, Cornette seemed to think the same thing as I did. JD did. Yeah. Well, people seem to think about it, and I was in pretty good company.
Well, and if you are right about absolutely, it was I thought I didn't really have a thought of who it was initially. I had a few ideas, but when you suggested it on this show a couple of weeks ago about it being Randy, I was like, that makes the most sense of where it's going to go, because obviously, like Ted DiBiase would have been funny with like a legacy and stuff, but they couldn't have planned that because they were probably thinking he was going to go to jail. So.
Well, there's two things too. No one knows who he is anymore, and secondly, this is the most important one. He got cleared of federal charges. The civil charges are yet to be determined. That's a whole different can of worms.
That is,
as you know from the OJ experience.
Well,
the criminal trial was one thing. The civil trial was different altogether.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, and so he had to
go through all that civilly yet.
Which then got it back to when he got in trouble the second time when he stole his stuff back that he had to settle. Yeah, no. Which also coincidentally enough happened in Las Vegas. Weird. But I just the way they built this out and like to have it be McAfee, like I get they want to bring McAfee back and bring McAfee in, but as a heel, like I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of his show. I've only ever watched it when I've seen wrestlers on it.
Dude,
it's not
you
so
gotta
much
take
that
it in small doses, man.
Yeah, and it's not even so much that he's annoying, or even AJ
People
Hawk
are.
is okay. The other guys, yes, his buddies, his boys, his crew, they annoy the shit out of me. I'm just being honest. I am not a fan.
Yeah, it's tough to sit down and actually watch.
Yeah, no, and this is where Sauce. This is what I thought too. I thought it was going to be Kevin Owens. That was my initial thought for
There's
sure.
no way he's coming back yet. Not yet.
Yeah, and what and
if ever.
right, and that's kind of. But even so, I thought he could do almost like what McAfee's doing here, where he could attack and not actually get physically involved on his own. But and the promo. To talk about and I'm gonna piss some people off here. And don't get me wrong, I was in high school from 1996 to 2000. I was the target audience for the Attitude Era, and I love the Attitude Era. But acting like it was all great all the time is kind of bullshit. Like, go back and watch a lot of that. It doesn't hold up as well as you think. Like, some of the moments do, but that harking back to it with rose-colored glasses, I don't know. That didn't hit for me. And then the promo part about the 5'5" guys having Iron Man.
Yeah, it was great AEW promo.
I was gonna say, yeah. Is he watching TBS or is he watching the USA Network? Like, I don't like that was, and I mean that would have been fine for that if it was, but I don't know. This just did not hit for me. I liked Cody's response and he got me fired up for it, but I just don't see the need for McAfee. And honestly, I mean, doesn't look like he's in that great a shape. Like he's worked his arms out, but I mean. There's a bit of a punch there. There's a bit of
since you mentioned his glasses, how many times did he try keeping those things on?
Yeah.
About 100 times. Like, try them on before you go out there, dude.
Right. And at least, or like, don't just try them on and look at them. Like, try to move around a bit. See if you're going to be in the motion. Yeah, no, I am not a fan. Now, the other thing, though, is people were saying that the whole show was terrible. I don't think the entire SmackDown was terrible. I just didn't like. This wasn't for me. It's kind of like I've talked about with the Wyatt Six. It just hasn't hit for me since they became a group. Like I liked it better when it was building than what it became. But that's my opinion of it, and that's fine. We can have different opinions. I had a lot of people coming after me on not as much on Twitter, but I made a couple of comments in a couple of Facebook groups, and people were really upset with me for it. I mean, I get that Pat's got a lot of fans. Just I'm not one of them personally. But that's fine. It's okay. I don't know. What do you think about it all, Gina?
Before you get to Gina, here's what I did notice real quick.
What's up?
Yesterday on Twitter, trending-wise, they had the first story of Pat McAfee, and then they updated the story on Pat McAfee, and both Pat McAfee stories were trending at the same time. Like, they were two different stories, but they were both trending. That's why they...
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. And that I get that completely. And I'm not saying he shouldn't be involved in WrestleMania. I just don't see him being involved here. Yeah, I don't think, again, I know people were talking about, like I said, with people saying the entire SmackDown show was terrible. I'm like, parts were bad, but overall it was pretty good. I feel the same way about the WrestleMania build. There's a lot of people saying there's no good build to it, and that's just crap. Like Punk and Roman's great. Owen and Brock's fantastic. Randy and Cody was getting pretty good because they've got 20 years of history. It was right built in there. Throwing McAfee into that mix just really sends it off a cliff for me personally. But Cody brought it back pretty well when he came back. But what did you think about it all, Gina?
So I'm looking at it from obviously a psychology point of view.
That's why you're here.
So that's why I exist.
That's great. You fill a niche we didn't know was needed, and I love what you do with that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, it's great.
So sometimes I think they use things like this to manipulate the crowd, and I think this is one of those times. We had everybody booing Cody and everybody cheering Randy, and how do we change that? We take somebody that the crowd mostly, not everybody obviously, but mostly is already booing and already chirping at. And who has that been for the biggest part lately has been Pat McAfee. People don't want him on commentary right now. They don't want to see him. They're chirping at him mostly on socials. And he said, don't worry, I'm not coming back. Like, there's not a place for me in WWE right now. Then he comes back and everybody's like, what are you doing here?
Right.
And he said right after this promo, he said on social media, if Randy Orton doesn't win at WrestleMania, I am never going to have anything to do with WWE again. And all of a sudden, everybody started cheering. They're saying, "Oh, great! Now you're going to make me cheer for Cody," which is not what people want to be doing right now, but they're doing it.
Well,
and so that's exactly what WWE wants. Everybody wants everybody cheering for Cody. So they're manipulating the crowd to do what they want them to do. And that's cheer for Cody.
And I get that. The thing is, you're not going to be able to manipulate the WrestleMania audience. They're going to be who they're going to be. And last night they were in St. Louis, Randy Orton's hometown. And so no matter what, they were going to boo Cody no matter what. Now, but just the thing about it is, on Monday in MSG, the home of WWE, with a New York crowd, they were singing his song just as loud as they always do. Like they were coming with it into the woes and all of it. So I understand that the online community doesn't like Cody as much, but he still is over in the arenas. There's patterns of boos and patterns of people that don't like him. But I mean, it's not what the IWC would have you believe. At least I don't think.
No. And you give anybody something catchy, they're going to sing along that or chant it. It doesn't really matter. It's something they just want to be part of whatever's going on. So it doesn't really matter whether or not they like the person. It's whether or not they like whatever's catchy. And
right.
Yeah, but it's not even it's not like sets with just the woes. Like they sing lyric for lyric. You can hear them singing the words to it, which is another thing that McAfee's crew always did with the like you learn fucking words. We all know the fucking words. Learn the fucking words. That drove me nuts.
And we mentioned it was in front of St. Louis, and it's a weird spot to decide to do this there. Like it just caught me off guard that they would book this for this because they know what they're going to get. You know what you're getting in St. Louis. I mean, come on.
I think it's just because it was close to Indianapolis for McAfee.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I kind of get, but you still know the audience, though. I mean, you know the audience is Randy Orton 100%. Jeez.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, because even when Cody came out, and this was fired up Cody is the best Cody that we've got for a promo.
Scripted Cody's the best Cody.
I mean, it felt like he at least had workshopped it a little bit. He went through like the way he was called McAfee, the stoner grifter, human hat rack. Like that was.
By the way, the first match started on NXT for the pre-show, so it's running.
Oh yeah, it did. But the audience wasn't gonna. They were. Again, it's St. Louis. Like they weren't going to be that into it there. I think it would have gotten over better in other crowds. But yeah, no, we the 10-person tag matches up. Yeah, but no, we're going to still talk about this.
Screaming from the rooftops for Cody's dark hair. So everybody was saying, "Oh, Gina, that was to you." And he said, "I hear you asking for the dark hair." I was like, "Oh, you heard me."
Hey, he's smart about that kind of stuff with how he puts it. And I've said for as long as we've been doing this channel, honestly, that the Cody heel turn is coming, but it's a slow kind of build. And I think that they've started that now. And I don't think the dark hair would come back till after Mania because I think Cody's going to lose at Mania. I mean, whether Pat's involved or whatever, Randy gets his 15th. And then that's the point because they've been doing that whole, he's the golden boy, and they keep saying it. And you're setting him up for a downfall there. And that's going to be interesting and going to be enjoyable. But like George has said though, too, before, and other people I've heard, if he's still selling all this merch and he's still super over, maybe drag it out longer. I'm not sure, but I don't think he wins at Mania. I really don't. And I'm a Cody guy. I am a self-professed fan of Cody Rhodes, but I do not think Ewan said it too. He's the top merch mover. As far as I know, he's always in the top 5 or usually the top 2. I think he's only been number 2 recently because good old Danhausen's in there. Yeah, I mean,
I told you guys Danhausen was going to surprise you.
Yeah, you did. Yes,
for the main rod, I'm not surprised with what he's doing. I'm just surprised of where he's doing it.
Yeah.
Like I said, a guy like his shtick and gimmick. I just didn't think I didn't know where it would fit in the main roster, but they did, and they've made it work very, very well. So yeah. No. Okay. What I was saying is that you can't.
Yeah, that's why I said that.
Yeah,
when
the Mania audio. Well, you can. You can put chats up on the screen yourself, George, if you'd like to.
No, I just addressed it. I just said we mentioned St. Louis.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. But what I was saying was that the Mania audience is going to be the Mania audience, and they're going to be, and they're always different. Like they booed Cody last year, because it was against Cena. They're going to boo Cody this year. But the MSG crowd didn't. With the next couple of times we see Cody like that, but St. Louis was always going to boo him. I don't know why they, like George said, why they had this segment happen here, other than maybe it was better for close to home for McAfee. And I mean, you had to do it. You had to do this at some point. We are literally 2 weeks away from Mania at this point, so you had the clock was ticking. I mean, I don't know if they're going to be night 1 or night 2, but the clock's ticking.
Are you watching this right now? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
You're good. No, we're good.
Oh my gosh, we just had Wren Sinclair.
I didn't see
versus Charlie Dempsey in the ring. That was crazy.
Oh, I missed it. I got. When I have to watch TV, I got to readjust my stance here. All right, there we go.
That was awesome.
So, I don't know much about the other guy on the babyface team. I forget what is like BP something. I forget. I'm bad with names.
EK Prosper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Eli Knight. They just did a name change
on him. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Because when I saw him, I thought I recognized him, and then they said his name, and I was like, oh, what? But
they just changed his name.
All right. I'm cool with that. I get that.
He's still new enough they could change it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and honestly, Eli Knight, when LA Knight used to be Eli Drake, I didn't think it was a good name to begin with. Yeah. So, all right. Okay, this works for me then.
Yeah, so it's EK Prosper now.
All right, that I understand. That works. No, I like how this came together to get people on the card. I know it's the pre-show, but
I mean, it's close enough to the actual show. At least it's just a few minutes before.
And it's a loaded card, with the fact of having 6 matches on the main show. Usually NXT has 4. So, and the baby faces won. Oh,
nice.
Damn.
That's what I thought. Yes.
Yeah. That was a good moonsault that he did there. Okay. Excellent. And then obviously, the big push in all of this though is for Shiloh Hill. You knew he was going to get the pin, and they had it over Charlie Dempsey too. All right, that's pretty good. Yep. Yeah, no, I like what they've been doing with Shiloh Hill, but we knew they were going to put a lot behind him from day one, or not from day one, but from the moment that he signed with, because he's La Piccolo's client. So anybody who they're putting with La Piccolo, they know they're going to get a pretty big push. That's a great line. Eli Knight, affirmative. Cross coming in with that's a good one. Well played, my friend. Oh,
that's amazing. I love that.
That was awesome. That was such a good line. That really popped me. Well done. Great. Well played.
Who is this Blake Howard character? The announcer's name's Blake Howard.
I see him. Yeah, next to Stone. I'm not sure who he is. Is he from Evolve?
I don't pay attention much to that. I should, but
yeah. Well, I mean, Sarah Shriver, I know she's always in the interviews.
Yeah,
she's usually the main one. She's like their version of Renee Paquette, where she does all the interviews all the time. I mean, but I guess Blake Howard's here. Guy's got a big smile on his face. Maybe he's new. Maybe he just got this is his first big job. I don't know who he is though. I haven't seen him before.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, but
I may, and it might just be that I have not paid that close attention as I should. But my apologies to Blake.
Yeah, right. Whoop. Yeah. Well, and I just feel weird with him being named Blake because you got Blake Monroe on the show. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, he seems pretty excited. Good for him. All right, but
loving Robert Stone as the GM.
Oh yeah,
I do not. I want my girl in there. I want my girl in there.
Oh, he wanted I guess he would be Paige back in WWE. Zaria, whatever we want to call her, but it's
not going to happen.
I don't think like I said, when you said that as a prediction, like that was it would have been great for everyone involved, but if she doesn't want to do it or want to be involved with it, because I'm sure she probably wants to wrestle and WWE's not going to let her wrestle. I don't think the medical team would clear her, just kind of like everybody else that's gone over to AEW that wasn't medically cleared to wrestle at WWE, and now they're doing they were doing the crazy stuff. Danielson retired at least, but I feel like Ospreay's now going to be in that boat with what they're doing to his neck in those matches. But so what match do you think you guys are going to open? What are they going to open the show with? Do we think?
I just saw something about Zaria and Soul. I don't know if that's what's next. I didn't catch if
I could see that
or not, but I could see that opening the show for sure.
Yeah, no, I could see it. I could see it.
I think that's the only match. I'm 90% sure that's the only match that doesn't have a title attached to it.
Yes. Yeah, no, it is, because the other ones are the NXT title, NXT women's title, both North American titles, and then the tag title. Yeah. Yep. Which, I mean, that's pretty big for Soul and Zaria to have that, to be the grudge match on the card. Yeah,
but this is such a good match. Like this is probably one of Zeus and I were talking about. This is one of the biggest matches that we're excited for, actually, out of this.
Yeah, I mean, talk about long-term storytelling. Yeah. Even in the video package beforehand, they showed that basically they started at Stand and Deliver last year. So that's great. And they took their time with it, because there was a few different times where we thought there was going to be a turn. I even at a point thought Soul might actually be the one to turn. Mm-hmm. But then they played it out right with it and did it pretty well. And now they're set up for a really good grudge match. I'm just not sure what match is going to start off the show. So I'm putting I've got a shot of each match from the card here. So I'm putting them up. I'm getting them ready to upload them in for you guys.
got a perfect looking crowd there too. Nice venue.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's obviously a smaller building, but it's got an upper bowl there. That's, I mean, looks like it's packed in. What is the attendance for this, or the capacity for this building? It doesn't have a Wikipedia page for the factory at the district. All right, we'll Google it.
Gonna say about 3,000 max, because
that's kind of, I was guessing 2,500 was my my initial guess.
Where are they?
St. Louis, Missouri, at a place called the Factory at the District in Chesterfield, Missouri. General capacity of 3,000. Depending on configuration, it can go up to 3,400. I wouldn't think that would. That would probably be more for like concerts and small things. But yeah, it's between 3,000 and 3,400 is the capacity of the place. Let's check WrestleTix. Normally I'd have this stuff kind of pulled up, but man, this 3:30 start time
I'm
for
seeing
me.
They could even accommodate up to 4,000 for certain events. So there's a possibility of it.
So as of 40 minutes ago, they've distributed, it says, just around 1,800 tickets is what it says. But that's also distributed. I don't know if there's going to be any like giveaways or whatever that they would do in the area, but
sure.
I would have thought it would have been more. I would have thought they would have been at 2,500. But I mean, it's one of those things that, like we said, like even with the main roster ticket prices and everything of it, whether it's not so much the high ticket prices that people are struggling financially more at this right now this year. It's just
the NXT show in Buffalo. The first 4 rows are $150 a seat.
That's not bad.
Which really isn't that bad.
Yeah. And
then I think they go 100, then they go back to 50, and the cheapest is like 45, I think, something like that.
Which,
but the venue they're coming to in Buffalo is a interesting spot they picked.
Well, and for a house show though, I mean that's a pretty good price for a house show. And honestly, I always say this though, I miss the main roster doing house show tours, because they're the most fun I've had at wrestling events. Like I've been to, like, don't get me wrong, like I've been to pay-per-views, and like when I went to WrestleMania or Royal Rumble, that's different. But like between like a Raw or a SmackDown versus a house show, like it's cool to be at the TV shows because that's part of the storylines, but the house shows are built for fun. Like they do more interesting and fun things in the matches. They get way more crowd involved. I mean, pretty much you're only going to get baby faces winning, because what does it matter? But I've been to 3, maybe 4 house shows in my lifetime of going to wrestling shows, and they are just super fun. They are a great time.
Take note now. There are currently 47,000 people watching on YouTube.
Oh wow!
Take note now, and we'll see
as
we go.
Oh no, mine. I just put mine says 51K watching, and no, I'm glad you said that, George, because I want to put
just went up to 59K. So
nice. Well, and I want to put the live chat on my TV from the for the book. See, like you said, see if people do donate in money, or maybe WWE doesn't have super chats turned on. I'm not sure.
All
right,
they just have super stickers. That's it.
Okay, all right. Well, because I know we've seen it with AEW where they've got them open and they do super chats in, and I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. If people want to give you their money, give you money. Like if the people want to give you their money, give them the money. I'll take it. Shoot. So that's why we have super chats open here. If you guys have any topics you want us to talk about or anything you want to bring up.
It's really going up. 69,000 now. It's going to keep skyrocketing.
Yeah. Because I feel like most people, the pre-show wasn't that important with it, and still too, it's only 4:00 on the West Coast. So no, this should be good though. I'm excited. The venue looks great.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, no, that's a good looking. It's a good looking venue. Fun.
We get Shawn to start things off. Nice.
Oh, you have to. Yeah, I mean he's.
Kind of wish he wouldn't come out to the old music though. I gotta be honest with you.
I think he wishes he didn't have to come out to the old music, but he's stuck with it. Yeah, no. And maybe they could go back to her like I guess she wasn't sensational. Was she scary or sensational when she was with Shawn? Either way, Sherry was the original singer of it, and I think she still does the Shawn at the beginning, but she was the original singer with I Think He's Cute. I know, and then it changed to him when she left the company, and he's just been stuck with it. As somebody who cannot sing like at all, I would hate to hear myself sing like every time I had to come out. And I've heard Shawn complain about that before, but he knows he's stuck with it. I mean, it's his music. Oh man. All right. So what are we starting off the show with?
Starting with Shawn Michaels coming out. Nice.
Am I ahead of everybody?
Oh, no. Am I behind?
Very unusual that I'd be ahead.
No, I'm live. I got Shawn in the ring. I have my sound to kind of low so it doesn't bleed into my mic, but I'm
trying to.
Yeah, no, Shawn's talking and people clapping. Oh, I should put my closed captioning on. Duh.
It's times like these I'm thankful I grew up with deaf parents because I'm used to the sound being off and the closed captioning being on.
No, I mean, well, and this is what I usually have my closed captioning on because I've spent enough of my life either playing music in bands or managing bands and going to concert venues that my left ear is shot. I cannot hear shit out of my left ear. So
you better acknowledge somebody. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, acknowledge.
Yep. Nope.
Yes.
This is. I'm gonna have to like go back and forth here for it.
Sexy red.
No. Hey, well, here.
Have everybody's attention now.
Yes, you do, Regina. We acknowledge you. Cough. Sorry, wrong brand. It's fine. Things can bleed over. I mean, I had to get their start here. Roman Reigns.
I've got the shirt on for you.
Hang on.
I've got my Roman shirt on.
Nice.
There you go.
That's awesome. Thank you, Regina. We really appreciate that, as always.
Sexy Red's a whole lot of woman, ain't she?
She's
wearing 9-inch heels. So okay.
I know. She seems to be a pretty big fan, though. I mean, she was at the show last night.
Dude, she loves Shawn Michaels.
I mean,
to the point where you gotta be careful. If Shawn was in his old days,
yeah, I bet you Shawn Stevens probably stole it. If this was 1996 versus 2026, it'd be a different story. Good for that. Good for her, though. Hey, and this is the kind of celebrity involvement. Like I said, I don't mind celebrity involvement. I get it, and it's always been part of Mania.
She's been on NXT before, so we've seen her before. So that's not a big stretch. That's
no, and it made perfect sense when they announced her a couple weeks ago. I'm similar to most modern music. I'm very lost on a lot of it, but it's not for me. I understand that. I always say about how, the first time I ever even heard of or saw Bad Bunny was during the Thunderdome era when he came out singing the Booker T song with Booker T standing there. And I was like, right then, I was like, they said it at that point. He's the most widely streamed or most streamed Latin artist on the planet. I'm like, well, that's why he's here. I don't know him. That's not music for me personally, but that's cool that he's here. And then the fact that he put in the work to actually put on good matches and actually take this seriously was great, because now any celebrity that's going to get in the ring, I show speed, I'm looking in your direction, you've got to be good at this now. You've got to be able to actually hold a match. I mean, even look at Jelly Roll and Kit Wilson. It wasn't the best match, but it wasn't bad. Like he got through that pretty well and was able to, sell, and he had the shocked face when he won. You've got to be all in for it. It's not like what was it, Snooki or Maria Menounos or some of those people that came in for matches at Mania that were just They were.
Yeah, no shit. 100%. Yeah. Before the show starts, Gina, I just want to congratulate the Tampa Bay Lightning on making the playoffs. And for the first time in 14 years, the Buffalo Sabres have qualified for the playoffs.
It's gonna be a fight between us, isn't it? But not personally.
not in the first round, no.
Not personally.
Did the Utah team make it?
The West is still the West is still happening. West is a
because I don't know much about hockey, but fuck that team.
Everybody hates my team, so that's all right.
No, for me, because they used to be the Phoenix and then Arizona Coyotes, and it's not even that that hockey was going to be that big here with it or whatever. It was pretty decent for a few years, but just the way that ownership group screwed the team and fans over, like where they had the stadium in Glendale built for them, and then they didn't want to pay the rent or whatever, and so they moved it to the hockey arena for the Arizona State and went from a 15,000 seat arena to a 5,000 seat arena and jacked up the prices and then left the town anyway. So they were that ownership group is shit.
Well,
but that happens in hockey.
It was a year ago we were talking about hockey, and George, you'd asked me, why do people still root for teams when they're not winning? And you brought up the Buffalo Sabres. So maybe that's the key right there, is you just have to bring it up. And then they'll start winning. Not only winning, but they're in first or second place.
Is that like a reverse?
Tampa and Buffalo are tied for first.
I thought so. I knew it was back and forth between the two of them, but yeah.
Hey, that's awesome. No,
that's all you got to do, I guess. Apparently, is just bring it up.
As someone who generally roots for bad teams, none of my teams are really any good. They'll have flashes and maybe a few years of greatness, but I don't know. It's more rewarding when your team wins that way. I don't know. I don't understand the people that root for the teams that always win. It's like the people that were, again, I'm a Red Sox fan, but I'd never rooted for the Patriots. And, through their whole dynasty, I was like, that's boring. You want to see, I'm
a Yankees fan, 100%.
Yeah. But at least now it's not like it was in the night. In the 90s, I would have been like front runner, screw you. But
I've been a Yankees fan since I was 6.
Yeah.
So,
I got that with the Red Sox because I was a fan. My dad took me to my first game at Fenway. I believe the ticket is 1990 or 1991 that I went to my first game with him there, because I spent every summer back or half my summers back east with my dad. And so I went through years of them being just god awful, and then when they won, all of a sudden there's all these people coming out like, oh, I'm a fan. No, you didn't go through what I went through. You didn't have to live through the collapse of 1999 or 2003 and just you didn't earn what I've earned. And it's the same like my soccer team, Tottenham. We're terrible this year, and we've got mostly decades of shit being a team, but that's who I root for. They're my team.
So they're setting up the Lola Vice match. It looks like this is going to be the first one.
Okay, so the women's title's the first match?
I'm actually pretty surprised.
Their promo,
I saw that. Yeah, no, unless they're just showing the end of the no, because now they're showing Jacy's. Yeah, you're right. No, this is it. All right, cool. All right,
I guess we're picking up where we left off, though. So that somewhat makes sense.
Yeah, and it's one of those things of starting with the title match here for it does you kick off the show hot with a big with one of the major titles. Good for them. Yeah. I'm actually very interested in this match because it seems like they're setting up for Lola to win and kind of go on a big run because she's been getting over really well and the stuff with AAA, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jacy retains, man. She's really great as a champion. And I know I'm stealing George's lines here because he's the conductor of the Jacy Jayne train, but
I really think she needs to move up already.
Here's the thing about it. If she's going to go up, you're absolutely correct. Yeah. But I wonder if she's almost in that kind of Ethan Page role where she might just stay there and do big things in NXT and build other people up. But I don't know.
I guess this will tell us.
Yeah.
If she retains, I'm with you. Then that's what's happening.
You're a valid point. That is a valid point, my friend. How old is Jacy?
I think she's 28. I think last time I looked, something like that.
She's 29. So yeah.
Okay.
Right. So then, I would say bring her up. Yeah, no, I thought for some reason I thought she was 34 or 30. No, bring her up.
Still at the age where we could do that. Let's bring her up.
Yeah. And honestly, those women's And I'm not saying that she doesn't go into the main event scene eventually, but those women's mid-card belts kind of need some new life, especially
absolutely does.
especially the Intercontinental title after Mania. Like, I'm assuming Becky will win and AJ will go away for a bit because she's not on a full-time deal.
Right.
But then what do they do? Like, maybe bringing in Jacy would be a good, like, breathe some life into that division.
Yeah, well, and I think the whole Fatal Influence needs to go up. To be honest, I think they would be. We need more of those. So they have Jade and that whole new faction. This whole if we're doing that, not saying I agree with it, but if we're doing that, we need more of these types of little factions.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Now,
so this could be a good way to move all three of them up because they're strong as a faction.
Yeah, no, and Fallon Henley's been in NXT for a good long while. I mean, she was the one who beat Tiffany Stratton that sent her up to the main roster. So that's how. Yeah, no, that's a good point. I didn't even think it that way.
Yeah,
I kind of just thought Jacy would go up on her own, or maybe it would be Jacy and Fallon as a women's tag team. But I could actually see that working. No, you're right, because I was thinking, I'm like, there's not a lot of women's faction, and then also you have Raquel, Liv, and Roxanne now because Roxanne's back. That's a damn good point. See, this is why we brought you on. That's a damn good point. I like that.
There are some things. So I really think Lola's going to win. I could see Kendal winning, but I did also see Kendal's on the LFG roster. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't understand why that's happening. Not sure what.
That seems like a typo or something on that because she's no longer because she moved from Evolve to NXT.
I'm sorry. Didn't they just present her with an NXT contract on Tuesday?
Yeah, so I'm a little confused on what's going on there. No clue. I don't know. Maybe she's on LFG in a different manner. Maybe she's not one of the contestants. Who knows? I just saw her name listed as one of the people who's involved with LFG.
Well, that might have been up until Tuesday then, because they just showed all the preview of this match. And they showed her opening up the contract surprisingly. So it might.
Yeah, I know the LFG is going to look different this year. So who knows? I'm still excited for it. Very excited to watch it. I mean, KO is one of the mentors that's on it. One of the coaches.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Natty is one of them. So I'm really looking forward to watching it. I think it's going to be different this year for sure.
That might actually get me more excited to watch it because I don't know. I watched the first 2 episodes and I just I wasn't clicking with, and I'm a big fan of Undertaker, Booker T, Bubba Ray.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't really like them that much in those coaching roles.
Yeah.
It's almost like you needed people a little bit younger to coach, you know what I mean? That are still old enough to coach, which KO, Natty, that's exactly what I was thinking of. I just kind of thought that Booker and they were all a little bit, it's kind of like similar to what I was saying about McAfee bringing up the Attitude Era. Like that's yeah, I saw someone made a comment. They should have been talking about like maybe even like the Ruthless Aggression or PG era of it, where because I don't know, it's the Attitude Era. We're never going to go back to that either. Like Pat's trying to bring back TV. They're never going to go to TV 14, guys. Like I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. There's too much money to be made in the TV PG, and if it was going to happen, it would have happened through Netflix, but. They bleep stuff out.
That's what we all expected to happen, right?
I didn't. No.
We were waiting for it, and then it never happened.
I check the tapes on me. I kept saying, I was like, they'll never. Well, I was not PWT back then. I was not PW because I kept saying, I'm like, they will never do that. Netflix can, and they might be able to push the limit on some, or push it to the edge on some things, and maybe an episode or 2 might.
Yeah,
but they were never going to do it as a whole because kids are disposable. It's the kids that are where the money is made, and you hook fans for life. You bring them in as kids. Now it's not going to be like, it was never going to be like, new generation PG but I was never expecting him to I didn't think they were going to dropping F-bombs and stuff on Netflix just because
they censored the F-bomb yesterday from McAfee, but they let the shit go, and that was on cable. So it was interesting.
Yeah. And for once I was actually watching live. So yeah, I was expecting to actually hear it through. All right. So this is,
Jacy looks like a star right now. Look at her.
Oh yeah. No,
always does. She always has.
And that whole rock star gimmick can easily transfer over to the main roster. It's not like she needed like Tony D, where they had to get rid of the old gimmick completely and present the new one before you could bring him up. because he's been down there for a long time and he would probably do well in the main roster, but you had to reestablish him. I was actually thinking they might reestablish him on the main roster, but this was so much better for him.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Better.
The thing that I like about Jacy the most is you can't tell by looking at her if she's winning, losing, or being disqualified in this match at all. She has the same demeanor she always has.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Nope, there's zero boo-boo job face on her. That's why when Tatum Paxley beat her a couple, was it Halloween Havoc, I think? Like, I was shocked by that because I didn't, there was no look at all on their face. And usually with NXT, not everyone, but there's a few of them. If anyone's going to have that kind of boo-boo job face, it'll be in NXT. Oh, yeah, look at her. She's looking great.
Champion for 137 days. Nice good for her.
Yeah.
And she was champion for a good long period before. Like she was only not champion for like 3 weeks, maybe a month. Like it wasn't like she dropped it and then brought it right back. So good for her, which is also good because remember when she first won the title from Stephanie, there was like transitional champion, the most beatable champion in NXT, and she took where's the Jordan meme? And I took that personally. she did, which was great. Look, here's the thing. I always say this, like life isn't about the bullshit you're dealt. It's about how you deal with the bullshit. And she didn't take that and get down on herself and get sad. She took that and F you, I'm going to be a star. And God damn it, hasn't she been? Like it's been awesome to see what she's done with it. Because I wasn't sold on her.
Technically, we got the one heel and the two baby faces in this match.
Right, but the baby faces don't like each other. This is where a triple threat actually works and makes a lot of sense. You know, sometimes with triple threat,
faces work together to eliminate the heel, and then they go at it themselves. What's going to happen?
And I think we're seeing a slight turn in Lola.
Yeah, when I turned it on, because I turned on the pre-show probably like 5-10 minutes late, so they were in the middle of the interview segment with Sarah Schreiber and Lola and Kendal, and yeah, I was like, "Ooh, Lola's getting a bit of an edge to her." I like that because she's fiery, she's feisty, but she's a big star in AAA as a babyface. So I could see her keeping the babyface here, but they could also do where she's a babyface north of the border or south of the border and a heel north of the border. I mean, it's
look at
Dominic.
Los Americanos. I mean, depending on what show they're on.
I think they're going to try to get away from that. They want consistency. I can see Dom being a babyface both areas now coming up and stuff like that. I don't think they like that too much, but they're dealing with what they got.
Wow.
I think they want consistency, like a baby face here and a baby, not like the Bret Hart thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I hear you for sure. Just look at some of the chats. No, hey, there's Andre Adams. He said, I'm a Tatum stan tonight. Don't clown me too hard. Never. No, I'm always like I was telling who was it yesterday on Twitter? Oh, it's Chris Connor from the Last Call podcast. He was apologizing to me because of he's like, I'm on Team Randy and McAfee. I'm sorry. I'm like, don't need to apologize. Never apologize to me for your opinion. It's like, I mean, it's an opinion. We're all allowed it. I always think the world would be super boring if we all agreed on everything. Like you've got to be able to, and that's why I don't ever, like when I give my opinions on things, I'm never trying to change minds. I'm just giving my side of it, what I think. Like that's, and people think differently. Great, let's talk about it. I'm happy to have a discussion.
So this has gone the way I figured. They pretty much eliminated Jacy a couple different times.
I was just gonna say every time Jacy tries to get involved. Yeah, no, that's perfect. And then I think we'll kind of see. I would assume that Fatal Influence will get sent away. Or sent to the back, and then that will kind of see what happens if Jacy pulls out the win. Maybe she stays here longer, but I could easily see her dropping this title here and then debuting the Raw or SmackDown after Mania. Like that would be a perfect like little break and then join the main roster, but we will see.
Yeah, I think let's see. Will Wren get kicked out then?
I was just gonna say, like Wren might get kicked out
too. Yeah.
Great call. Yeah. I kind of forgot she was out there with it, but I didn't. Well, just because she was in the match before, I didn't know if she was going to come out here with it. But that's, I could see them getting involved and the ref just getting doing the major like, you're out of here, the old Naked Gun for the older folks in the audience. I feel like the Naked Gun movies don't get as much hype anymore. People don't like replay them because OJ's in them, and it's like, but that first one, I mean, all of them are funny, but that first one is one of the funniest movies of all time.
So,
all right, yep. There's
off topic a little bit for tomorrow's Spaces show. Speaking of baseball, we're gonna be going through some Major League Baseball concession food availability tomorrow. So don't miss tomorrow's episode 8:05.
Hey,
I'm Eastern here on YouTube.
I'm glad we delayed it though, because now I can go get some more. I knew the Diamondbacks had a few different ones. I grabbed the pictures of those.
In my mind, it was just come up with something that's new for this year for major leagues, and that started it with the Blue Jays thing, and then I gave you the one I had that just popped up from an unknown area. I'm not going to discuss here. We're going to look it up.
Yeah. And that's why we'll give you a little tease and tune in tomorrow, 8:05 p.m. Eastern.
What's everybody having for snacks tonight? Snacks, dinner?
I made sure to eat before. Yeah, I had a giant lunch before that, so hopefully I won't be hungry during. But we'll see.
I went to the store and I bought some Wagyu beef, about a pound of that, and I bought some rigatonis and some sauce, and I made rigatonis today. So
very nice.
Nice.
Now
I
got
had
the
some
spaghetti.
leftover beef from some vegetable beef soup that I made, so I made some beef tacos.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm a big
scarf that down in between an earlier recording I did in this show.
Yeah. Oh, why don't you let everybody know what you do for the NXT show that you do with?
Sure. So,
if
anybody is familiar with the honorary Zeus, he is also on X.
But he's been a guest on this show twice, I believe. Yeah. We try to, when we do our early spaces for like the European audience, he's usually our guest.
Yep, he's over in the UK. Him and I do a podcast called Wrestling Tapas, and that's an NXT review show. And we'll review the weekly shows. We usually get it out because of his schedule being over there. We do it more towards the end of the week, but it'll allow people to catch up for the next show. That's kind of our purpose. And we just do, I would say our whole thing is tapas, obviously small bites. We just give you kind of the small bites of everything and the things that you kind of care about. So, and give you our thoughts, our predictions for the next show. And then we'll also cover like big things like this, the PLEs as well.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I also have another podcast called The Work. It's wrestling psychology. And that one I'll talk a little bit more about kind of parallels between, so my degree is in IO psychology. It's workplace psychology. And I look at wrestling or the field of wrestling as kind of like sports as a workplace, and how there's parallels of that to, everyday work basically, and how we can kind of look at both and kind of put what's going on in that realm to what people might be able to identify in their own lives. But I'll also look at things like fan psychology and things like that.
Nice.
Gina, do you want to post your link in the chat when you get a chance?
Oh yeah, by all means.
I will
if
do
you don't
that.
mind.
By all means.
Even though Zeus couldn't make it tonight, I do know that he will be with us on our WrestleMania Sunday afternoon episode, because we already booked that a while ago, and I confirmed with him on that a while ago too. So we do know we're going to get that one. So Sunday, WrestleMania Sunday, when we go early, time to be determined, but we'll let you know.
Yeah, we will. We will do. I think we're gonna just do both nights of WrestleMania on this show. We'll bring in a bunch of different people for it, because I know Dis is going to be watching with Max, so it's not going to be on the Toonie Talk channel. So, and we heard from Marv on our last show that he won't be doing Mania with us. So it's going to be George and I hosting the party.
I wasn't planning on doing that at all. I was planning on watching it. Okay.
No, you can watch it. I mean, we're going to be doing, because we go. How early can we go on Sunday? I mean, if we want to, I don't know. I'm fine just watching Mania and not doing a show too. We could talk about it. I don't know.
No, the Sunday Spaces show I was planning. I wasn't planning on going live for WrestleMania at all.
Yeah, it's probably better. Too many other people are going to be doing it. I just know that there was if there's a demand for it, I'm happy to do it, but it's also 2 nights, and I have a wife and a life, and oh, all right.
Good match.
Yeah, this has been. I was just gonna say this has been a really good triple threat. Like you said, George, you nailed it. Where they've been trying to take out Jacy so they can fight each other, but then Jacy keeps coming back in at the right spot. I really like Lola's gear too. I just realized that it's Puerto Rican themed.
Yeah, this is how you really want to do a three-way. You want to separate them for a short time, not a long time. Like when AEW does these things, they sit outside the ring for like 5 minutes and watch and wait for their cue. Jacy's out for like a minute or so max, then she comes back in.
Yeah, and even not just AEW. Sometimes in WWE triple threats, you see him. Oh yeah, like you'll see him like laying on the side or looking or lurking, and then they
she just got back in.
Yeah, and then even if she's not like involved in the match, she's still like, she's getting they're getting the hip attacks from Lola. That's what
I would never take this move. I don't care. Well, how do you fake that? That looks so.
No, there's certain things. Yeah.
Oh, I know, but God,
no. I'm with you. There's certain moves that are just that you can't, and this is why wrestling is. Yeah, it's predetermined, but it ain't fake, man. There's certain
that move like there and that move Mercedes does. What's it called?
Oh, the with the knees.
Yes.
Yeah, like the Meteora.
That's it. Meteora.
Yeah. I knew it was the knee one. I was waiting for it. No, because because all I could think of was the fucking code breaker, and I'm like, that's not it. No. My brain was like knees, code breaker. I'm like, no. No, you're right. Or even like some of the suplexes and toss, like the poor people were saying he looked like RJ City. I've been calling him RJ Shitty, the guy that Oba just flung on Raw.
Oh, that guy,
yeah, that guy. People are like, oh, he looks like RJ City. I'm like, because he's skinny with long hair. No,
they're letting everybody get the shine moments here. Kendal Greatest had a nice little.
Yeah, right after Lola did. Oh yeah, no, everybody's looking good in this match, and this is still, it really could go any way. I'm kind of with you, Gina, where I don't think Kendal will win, just because I think it's too soon. I think her being in this match and being competitive is all she needs to get over more. But I could see them doing it if they wanted to have a shock, but I think it's gonna be Lola. She's my prediction for sure.
Oh, you know where I'm going.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I didn't even ask at the start of this. And Gina's like, I think Lola's gonna win. I'm like, perfect. That's predictions enough because we know where George is going.
Well, I don't know that that's the case necessarily. Sorry, I was like half listening, half trying to get the stuff in the chat on the YouTube. It wasn't working on here, so I had to go in on my phone and take it. But yeah, no, I do. I was hearing what you were saying about Kendal. It's too soon. Lola, I think is definitely.
Yeah, I
thought that was going to happen right there. Yeah, I do think. I just think it just makes more sense for Lola right now with everything else that's going on. But I wouldn't be surprised if Jacy retained.
Sorry.
You're good.
I interrupted. I'm sorry. 115,000 people are watching on YouTube. Gina, I'm sorry for interrupting you. I feel bad.
No. By any means, like it's your show.
Well, it's a watch party. Like that's these aren't set up to be anything but.
I thought you said 115,000 people were watching this. I was like,
damn,
you guys, good job.
Awesome.
If we had 100,
we're tapped into the WWE NXT feed, so they're listening to us the same time they're watching this.
That's like, damn.
I mean,
what have you guys been doing? We need let's collab more.
God, someday we can be down that road.
Oh
hey, at this point, if we had 50 watching, I'd be super pumped. Nope.
25 people for this on a Saturday.
That's pretty good on an Easter weekend.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure. That's awesome. We appreciate each and every one of you.
Just went blank.
Yeah, it would. But mine's flat,
keeps going in and out. Right,
yeah. I wonder if that's a local issue, or like with the truck or whatever, or if that might be YouTube. I'm not sure.
They can't handle the 115,000 people that are watching.
No, I just mean like there's like some kind of glitch that just like with not NXT, with Netflix a couple of weeks ago, they had some issues with the people who didn't watch live. If you hit play from beginning, it played from like 40 minutes into the show and you couldn't go back, but they fixed it for the next week because I can rarely ever watch Raw live because it's on at 5 o'clock and I usually don't get home till like 4:45. And
they seem to have fixed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
One thing about YouTube, boy, if they have a big prominent event on their network and they have a problem, they get on it quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
'Cause they don't wanna
really
get
do.
bad word out there at all.
Which is why, like, when we talk about, like, I don't think YouTube's as bad as an option as some people do. Like we talk about with AEW, if they lose their TV deal, and why Ring of Honor isn't on YouTube, I'll never understand. Like, YouTube is a great platform for these things. And then, even with like WWE main event stuff's on YouTube. Like, it's why not everybody has YouTube. Even if you don't have an account, you can still watch on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, I had to teach my mom how to set up an account so she could like our videos, but she could watch them if she wanted to. She's like, I can't hit the like button. It says I have to be a subscriber. Let me show you, Mom.
There we go again.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So we all are on the same time. That was the one thing I was excited about with YouTube. Oh, Lola put the foot on the rope. Nice. That's heelish. That is heelish. Yeah. I one thing about it with
their live chat going crazy about this.
Yeah.
Black screen.
Yeah. But that's what I was excited about with the YouTube for, is I feel like this was one of the times we were all going to be, if we weren't on the exact same moment, we were only like 1 or 2 seconds behind. It wasn't going to be like Peacock or or Netflix sometimes where you're 10, 20 seconds behind. Or what was it? I was the Elimination Chamber, where I didn't even touch anything and I started up ahead of people and all of a sudden I was behind and I'm like, I didn't even hit pause. And then I'm hitting live and it said I was live and I was 20 seconds behind. So were they sent it? I don't think the ref sent them off. I just think they fought off the other three.
They fought
Okay.
off.
Yeah. Now, once Wren jumped off the ropes, I was like, they're either getting sent away or they're just going to fight away, which is perfect because now we can see who's going to win the match, because you got to be going home.
And I see from chat they're doing the same thing on Netflix too, so it's a production issue. It's not YouTube.
Yeah, which makes sense. I mean, that's going to happen with stuff. Oh,
that's a nice move from Kendal.
Yeah. Oh. Jacy's getting up though. Oh, see, this is a great triple threat. Like, this is how triple threat should be done. Like, there's a lot of action, but there's nothing that seems like too fake. Oh, bam! I just said bam. Yes, it did. No, yep. She hit her with the back fist and got the win. Okay, so maybe Jacy is coming up to the main roster. Nice. That's a good win for Lola. That's a great match. That was a hell of a
nice finish too, by the way. Even though I don't like it, but hey,
yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, no, like that whole match was well done. Like, that was just very well done. Kendal looked great and she didn't take the pin. Oh, that was perfect. That was a really good main event. That was awesome. That was like no notes on that one. That was just perfect. Not perfect, but it was really, really well done.
I like the fact that Jacy took the pin.
Yes.
And not Kendal.
Yeah.
Because you would think Kendal would have, but Jacy being a class act that she is, I'm sure, wanted to take it.
Yeah, because then there's less like, I was never pinned to lose my title. Yeah, no, that's perfect. Yeah, no, that finish was great. Man. And that back fist that is a hell of a finish. Like, she turns that well. All right. Vice City. NXT is now Vice City. Awesome.
Vice City.
Lola. Good for Lola. And then Kendal's got some an out there where she can get away back in and fight and be the first title defense for Lola. That was really good. They set up a lot of good stuff.
They did.
Yeah,
they did. And I really do think we're gonna see.
Yeah,
we're gonna see Fatal Influence moving on up.
It makes the most sense. It really does. Like, it does make the most sense. And that was really good. I'm glad they let off with that. I think that might have been why they knew to lead off with that. They knew it was going to be great. Looks like we're getting the tag match next. Okay.
Yeah. If Vanity Project does not win this, I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah, I feel like the Bravos or the Americanos are in there because they can give them a good match. I would think.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is
one that has irritated the crap out of me, but only if
Yeah. I just got Regina Sharp. Dave has already given this match 1.5 stars. I loved it though, because that's what he's gonna do. Yeah, he hates NXT. He hates NXT. He hates women, and
If you
usually
were to
hates
present
wrestlers
this
of color.
match without the NXT in front of it and just showed it to him and told him it was in Tokyo, I bet he'd like it.
Ah,
No,
yeah.
I'm serious.
Right.
Because it was a good match, and if you didn't know they were NXT stars, I thought it was really good.
I thought it was, yeah.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. It was.
Now, is it 5? Is it Dave 5? No, it's Dave 3. I think that's worth a Dave 3 for sure.
I don't know. If you
Even
put
3.5
them in AEW,
maybe.
I'm pretty sure he would have liked it.
If that was an AEW, that would have been the first women's match to get 5 stars. If it was an AEW, for sure, because that match, like that was how a triple threat should flow, and that was why I'm pretty sure Shawn knew what he was doing to make sure he let it off with that, to start off with a hot match.
You catch what they're doing with these in between this the "We'll Be Back." They have different languages, then they put "We'll Be Back," and it's funny.
Oh no,
it says "We'll Be Back," then it goes
"We'll Be Back in 20."
No, then it goes to like it says "We'll Be Back," and then it goes to a foreign language.
Oh,
I've got commercials.
So do I.
It's YouTube. I don't have any commercial. Oh, I premium. Sorry.
Yeah, that's so you. Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm like, yeah, that's just because I almost got a YouTube premium account where I was gonna be someone's gonna give me like one of their family member ones, but unfortunately, they're one of my friends in a different country, and when I tried to sign up, it was like, nope. I was gonna get on my buddy's family.
Can't do them.
Yeah, but it's one of my buddies that's got kids in a family plan. So he had one extra spot and he tried to give it to me, but it was in a different country, so it didn't work. Oh, Mike made it. Nice. We are happy to see you, Mike Glass, one of our day oneers. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, this is good. I've got fun people in the chat. I'm looking forward to this match though. This should be fun. But I think this is here for the Vanity Project. Okay, so when I skip the commercials, I got the screen that says "Be right back."
Yeah, that's what I have too.
Yeah,
just takes a while to get to the skip.
Yeah. Yup. Oh man, that shot of Vegas where they're building the new hotel, the new Hard Rock Hotel. The guitar is like half done now. Wow. They tore down the old Mirage and they're building a new Hard Rock casino in that spot. With a big giant, so there's going to be a big giant guitar in the Vegas skyline now.
That's crazy. I haven't been to Vegas in a while.
Yeah, I used to go pretty often when it was cheap to go. When Vegas was cheaper, like because
when you used to get free drinks when you were gambling.
Yes. Yeah, and like free rooms without the resort fees, and even like for me, I'm not a big gambler, but there's certain games I like to play, but like they've all gone to like $10 or $20 minimums, and most of the games I play have like 2 or 3 bets out there. So like so you're talking to me like a minimum $30 to $60 per hand. Like I'm not doing that when it used to be like 10, 15, you know. They've changed that, which I mean, I understand if people are paying. That's kind of like what I say about the WWE prices. But from what I've heard, I got a buddy who's
I've done a whole spreadsheet on that.
I got a buddy who's an EMT in Vegas. He's lived there for like the last 10 years. And the casinos are trying to put in whatever, because it's some sort of tax that they've got there that the resort fee is. They're trying to get that taken down and strict down because they know that's people that Vegas is not getting as many people, and that's why they paid WWE so much money to make sure WrestleMania came back. Yeah, because they need the foot traffic and they need the travelers. They're
offering Canadian citizens their money on par to come down.
Wow. Yeah, no, Vegas is struggling. And it's hard to, it doesn't seem like, because when you look at Vegas, it still looks like it's part, and there still are a lot of people. I went for a weekend with my wife in June of last year. And it was busy, but not nearly as busy as it normally is. And not nearly as many people that you could tell were traveling just to like go to Vegas. You know, it's usually where people were there for like a specific event or like a concert or, you know, a conference or whatever. That's where like my buddies and I, we used to just, you'd find a cheap hotel room with, a couple of beds, and we could drive up in 4.5 hours, or it's a 45-minute flight. You could make a last minute decision to go up there, but it is not that way anymore. But Vegas always, like what they've done with the Mirage and tearing it down and rebuilding it. Like every 5 years or so, there's like a big cycle in Vegas where something, either new hotels are built, like when they built the Wynn and the Fontainebleau and the Park MGM and stuff, or they'll just flat out tear something down and put up a new one. Like I can still remember when they tore down the Sahara, because that was the hotel that that I always used to stay at, because I got a hookup there. Or my grandmother won a car at the startup.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
You're good. You're fine.
I coughed, so I'm sorry.
I used to stay at the Riviera. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Hotel?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's not there anymore
No,
either.
no. The only old style one that like is still really there is the Flamingo. Like, because everything else has been replaced that I used to go to. And I mean,
my dad used to stay at the Westward Ho. I think that was right across from the Riviera. But yeah, I mean, that was like
forever.
Back in the day, you used to be able to go and you'd spend like a couple $100 for 4 nights at a hotel.
Yeah.
But you didn't worry about the price of that. Like, you'd want it to be cheap because you were never in your room.
Exactly. And then like there was used to be like,
thank you to Skippy for finally subscribing. Thanks, Skippy.
Hey, Skippy.
We appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I was distracted because I was sending him the link during that last match.
Hey, we are up to 529 subscribers. We are inching closer every day. Awesome. We appreciate all 529 of y'all. All right. So
we appreciate the Dr. Gina supporters for coming over and supporting our channel. Thank you.
Absolutely. And then if you guys stay till the end of the show, I have it set up to when we finish, it'll take you right over to This Is Awful, because they're going on right after NXT finishes. So that'll be fun. Yeah, I figured I felt really proud of myself that I was able to figure out how to do that without having to Google it or ask questions. I was like, because just DM me yesterday. I was like, hey, can you do that? I'm pretty sure. Like, I figured it out, and it was very easy. I was able to set that up. So we have it set up to where when this show ends, it'll just transfer you right over to This Is Awful.
That's awesome.
Yeah, right. I'm like, hey, we can team effort that.
That's great. I love how we all kind of work together. We're all from like different shows, different networks, even, but we all work together, and I love that about our little crew. I would call us a little crew because there's like a group of us that really kind of work together and support each other, and I absolutely love that about our community.
That's what I was gonna call it, was a community. Mm-hmm. Like, it really is a good little community.
Yeah. I took a chance with Dr. Gina because I just seriously I saw you on one of Zeus's shows, and I'm like, well, this is different. Let's try to get her on the show. And you had no idea who the hell I even was or anything about us. And you took a chance.
I was really excited though.
Worked well.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's what I always say. There's room enough here for everybody. Like, there really is. And as long as you're being authentic and not even so much different, as long as you're being yourself and authentic and bringing something to the table for it of yourself, it's gonna be different and unique anyway, because we're all different people. It's just
they're promoting NXT Live.
Oh, good for them. That if anybody needs a house circuit and house shows, it's the NXT kids for sure. Like, but yeah, I love the fact that we can all work together and be a part of it. I mean, that's how I ended up making friends with Dis and Awful and becoming a member of the Toonie Talk family and on every single Tuesday with them. It's been, which has been awesome ever since we did that. Like, literally, because YouTube gives you such good statistics and analytics, I can literally see the point of demarcation. It is January 5th. From that point on, because that was my first full-time show with them. From that point on, it's just been like we've already got more watch hours and more subscribers gained in the year of 2026 than we did in all of 2025. Yeah, I mean, it's because we work together. We can all benefit from it. Like,
absolutely, collaboration.
Fun. Yeah, exactly. I'm all for it. I'm
Me
a big
too.
fan of it. That's why I call these watch parties. Like, that's the whole idea. Like, it's not a watch along where we're gonna break down and like say move for move and stuff. Yeah, right. I looked at it like the old days when you had to pay for pay-per-views individually before the WWE network, and they were what, $50 or $40, whatever they were. Get 5-10 people together, everybody pitches in a little bit of money, you hang out at somebody's house and you watch the pay-per-view together. That was literally my from 96 to like 2010. That was how I did pay-per-views. Yeah. No,
so we're currently sitting at 24 likes early in the broadcast here. So if you haven't, please hit the like button and enjoy the show.
We appreciate each and every. Mike Glass is already on it with you too. If you haven't yet, please hit that like button and subscribe. Yeah, subscribe, leave a comment, chat along. It's a party for everyone. Yeah, no, I think Vanity Project's got to win this match. Yeah, this was the one match that
I'm not interested.
It's good to be on the card. Yeah, it's still because the Vanity Project still. They're the guys that have to now get themselves over into the new audience.
Booking wise, they opened up strong.
Yeah,
they have to have a come down match, sort of, and then booking wise, Shawn knows what he's doing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
they were really strong. My problem is it's starting to be not as strong. So, are we at a point where we're just trying to take their egos down a notch, which is possible? But I really liked them when they were strong. So
when did they come in?
I
don't remember.
Here I was doing it by NXT, my Wrestling Tapas episodes. It's when Zeus and I started, so that was 10 episodes ago. So about 10 weeks ago.
Okay. I was gonna say I feel like ago. I thought it was sometime in January because that's kind of when Javon, Oba, and Trick Trick was kind of the first one to come up, but they all kind of went up to the main roster and went full time there. So that would make a lot of sense.
New Year's Evil, I want to say. Sounds about right.
That makes sense. Yeah. Which really works for them with it because they gave them time to at least build up a bit before Stand and Deliver. Because that's what I like about NXT is it's the roster is always going to be changing and growing. You're going to get your chance to show what you can do. Give yourself a chance to get over. And
there's nothing wrong with having NXT being your permanent home at all. There's nothing.
No, not at all. But
so if you're thinking, well, I'm stuck in NXT now. That's nothing wrong with that, dude. Sorry.
No, I think NXT is a big enough show now that I guess stigma should go away. It's not only because it used to be such a developmental show, and now it is, but it isn't.
Yeah, no,
it's such a big
developmental,
show now
but it's developmental with more of a backbone with it, and that's why I think moving to the CW really kind of solidified that because the CW really promotes them. Like they're on their NASCAR CW card. Anytime I've flipped through or see anything on the CW, there's always commercials for NXT for it. So they've really kind of, and it was good for them to get away from the USA Network too.
Just think that could all be ROH.
Well, technically, it kind of. I was gonna say it really should have been because that was where they bid first, and Tony said, "Nah." I still don't understand that.
Tony said, "Nah."
Yeah, because he was so tied into being on the Turner networks, but they're not really the Turner networks anymore. I still just think Ring of Honor should be on.
Jake? I just remembered something. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
You're good.
Again.
No, I was gonna repeat a line. So you're good.
I've been watching like sports teams and stuff with their TV renewals, especially in Canada. And I've noticed like all the hockey teams up there have renewed their TV contracts all within the last couple weeks or so. And it led me, remember we talked about how streaming was, how sports on network TV is a big deal. Mm-hmm. Streaming wise, I don't think they're going to be heading that way because they're signing 4 or 5 year deals with their network, like Rogers and the one the Ottawa Senators have, which I can't think of now, but they just signed a new 5-year deal. So they're going to remain on TV, like TV for a while.
Well, I mean, and that doesn't really surprise me because I feel like the TV networks might not have as much money as they used to. But look at the ratings of it, you would think they're going to invest whatever money they have into bidding towards sports because sports is the one thing really that's always going to deliver a live audience. And that's what advertisers care about. So I would be
interesting to me that it just happened like last week. And I remember to write it down for you, but I forgot.
Yeah, no, I hadn't heard that. So that's cool to hear. Cause that kind of solidifies what we've been talking about. How wrestling does too with bringing live eyes, but wrestling, you can watch later. I mean, I usually watch a little after they start or even a day or two later, and that's fine. But with sports, like that's not gonna work. You gotta watch it live. Yeah.
We were on, I think we were on X talking about that. I personally,
it was a comment.
Like here. if I comment section arc. By the way, comments we'll respond, and we do.
Yeah, we do.
But this conversation got into live sports, and I'm like, I have to watch it live, or I can come back to it maybe an hour. If I miss something, I can come back. But if it goes more than the day, forget about it. I'm not going to go back and watch a hockey game from 2 days ago. It's crazy.
No,
there's a new game tomorrow.
No, because you can go to YouTube or ESPN or wherever and catch the highlights of it, and that's enough. And yeah, I was saying in that same chat, the only thing you really watch of sports after the fact is like if there's a big moment for your team. With your if your team makes it to the Super Bowl or plays in the Super Bowl, you could watch. But even that, you're not going to rewatch the whole game.
No.
Buffalo's
been to the Super Bowl 4 times. Never once have I seen Never once have I watched the game over. Never.
Well, yeah. I mean, similar. Sure. Yeah, I was saying, the Cardinals made a Super Bowl once too, and we lost. And but even that, like that NFC Championship game when we went to the Super Bowl, I was at that game, and I've watched highlights of it like twice, because I mean it was fun that I was there, but it's just it's hard to rewatch.
The one thing Vanity Project has to work on, Gina, are the leg slaps.
Yeah.
They're really obvious they do them.
Yeah.
Which I mean, that's something with that's
that developmental part.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And that's, you're going to get that from a lot of the guys that came off the indies, or even people as they learn, like that's a thing that people do. Oh, he's pulling
it out. Nice. Yeah, it's awesome. Oh, what's he doing with
Oh, is he gonna crotch him?
Oh my god!
All right. I mean, hey, that shows smarts. Like that shows their brain.
Does.
Oh, that powerbomb looks like it hurt. Oh yeah.
So that's something I always take into consideration is that it's still somewhat developmental.
Yeah, but that's one of the things I love about it, though, because when you see somebody, when you see it click for somebody, and all of a sudden they become like Trick Williams is a prime example where he was decent when he was with Mello, but then once he broke through, like they take the training and they move forward with it. What I will say the Vanity Project is great with is their facial expressions. Yeah. They have been very emotive with that, which a lot of times is hard. Oh, here's where it is.
I wish both companies would lay off the apron spots, though.
Are they
I agree
doing this right now? Okay.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, but that's what they wanted to. They got you. You bit. That's
I know.
That's
my husband always says like he thinks it's great watching wrestling with me because I have such strong reactions. So that's why I was like, well, I'll give you guys a gift and I'll put my camera on so that you guys can experience my reactions.
I love it. Hey, if you get your channel big enough with it, be one of those people that does the live reactions. Get on WWE TV. They put those folks on.
I'm getting there slowly but surely.
Exactly. It's
Step one, create a background.
No, I've always said once we monetize this channel like fully with getting ad revenue and stuff, I'm willing to do some camera time. I just need to get a green screen behind me because I'm like literally standing at my back door with where my little setup is. Yeah, my wife. I mean, our place is small, but we own it. It's a condo, but we own it outright. So. Every time, that's why when property values raise, I'm always like, it's not the worst thing. No, my one of my biggest successes as an adult was buying this condo in 2014. I won't say the amount I paid for it or the amount it's worth now, but the amount is worth now is 5 times what I paid for it. So,
hey,
yeah, exactly.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was the housing market in Phoenix, and it was just starting to come back up, and I got in right before it did, and then. The place is 2.5 blocks from the light rail that we have here in Phoenix, which doesn't go everywhere, obviously, but it's grown a good amount and going to go all the way to the football stadium in Glendale sooner than later. And every time they expand the light rail, my place goes up in value. I love it.
Nice.
Oh, all right. El Grande is getting involved. Oh, blind tag.
I honestly don't know which way this is going, and
that's fun. I still feel like Vanity Project is gonna win because they've stolen the cheats that that was great. He hits him with the headbutt. He's like, "Where's my head thing?" That was great. There it is. Because I forget the kid on the outside's name, the manager type kid, but he had the plate thing in his hand and just gave him a punch with it. There we go. 1, 2,
Thank
3.
God.
Oh,
I was so worried.
Yeah, I won't put that comment up, Ewan, but just to be nice to George. But oof, that was rough. Good. Hey, as somebody who roots for teams that don't ever win, I'll take the jokes when they come. That's like, what is it? Double A. When he's one of our favorite super chatters, and his soccer team is the rival of mine, and he'll donate big, like here's $50, but let me poke fun at you. All right, I'll eat it. That's fine. I'm one of the people, and George is the opposite, where the pandemic made him more of a sports fan. It really made me less of one. I realized I don't need sports in my life as much. Like, I still pay attention somewhat and watch some games, but I used to like basically only watch. I mean,
when you watch any kind of sport inside the bubble, you were,
yeah. And I wasn't craving it that much. I didn't miss it as much as other people did. Like a couple of my best friends were like dying for it, watching like Korean baseball or whatever they could to get their sports fix. And I was like, I'm happy with that being my decision, because that's what got me to watch wrestling more again. And the last few years I've really been watching more wrestling and now doing this channel. So it all works out in the end, which I'm very happy for. I'm glad to be doing this channel. This is some of the most fun I have every week is when we go live.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I don't mind putting in the work, learning the technology. I was telling you, Gina, I was giving you different tips that I work around, because I put in the work to figure out the technology, because it's not good at it, but I'm getting better. I'm learning.
I'm still learning too.
Oh, yeah.
Like this is all new technology to me that I've learned in the last. I mean, you give me an Excel spreadsheet and I could probably show people things that they've never even dreamed that Excel could do. However, you tell me to go on StreamYard or some of these other things, and I'd be like, what are you talking about? But I'm starting to learn.
Yep. Nope.
And these are all things. Yeah.
And as soon as you learn something, everything else changes.
Yeah, learning.
Right.
Yeah.
Once you learn something, YouTube will change everything that you figure out.
They will.
StreamYard will change up something. It just changes.
Right. Exactly.
You like just got used to the layout and they move everything switches sides. No, no, it's one of the reasons where I was saying, like, George and I just had to jump in. I had to learn as we went. I had to, because I'm not gonna. I can read or listen or watch videos about it, but I'm a learner by doer. Like I just gotta dive in all the way, get my hands dirty, and try to figure stuff out. And that's why if you look at videos from a year ago to now, like it's still me and George, but there's such a big difference now. We've figured out a good system and how to do this, and I understand the tech side too. All right, so we're gonna have Tatum's match next.
I love Tatum and Shiloh together. They might be my two new favorites together. I hope they do more. It seems like they've been doing a lot of like backstage promos together.
I thought so too.
And do more things together.
I was wondering if maybe they are they an item in real life? Because I know WWE will usually back like I didn't know if that was a thing, because it seems like there's a legitimate chemistry there. Like not just not just like working.
I do like Shiloh's expression when Sexy Red just popped up.
Yeah, he is all for Sexy Red. Like his socials have been that's who he's been after. So I don't think that he would be posting the things that he has been about Sexy Red if him and Tatum Paxley were a thing.
Fair enough.
However, I openly say things about Roman Reigns.
Oh, Ruca.
My husband forgives me daily, so.
That's a very good point, Brad. Yes, at least none of my teams are owned by the Khan family. That is true. That is true.
They're going with Saul Ruca and Zaruca next.
Yep.
Saul Zaruca. Okay.
Saul Zaruca.
That's the name of the match. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah, no, which actually makes kind of sense to put this in here, because you had two title matches and then you have title matches after to break that up with it. It makes sense.
Yeah, I really thought it was going to kind of be more towards the end or more towards the beginning, but yeah, I guess in the middle makes sense. And
they might be doing have it be a ladies match, men's match, ladies match, because then if they could do the men's North American title after this, the women's North American title after that, and then obviously the main event's going to be the 4-way title match. But I'm looking forward to this match.
This doesn't have a title. That makes sense. Yeah.
And I could also see this one being where Zaria wins, just like it'll be a good match, but she wins decisively in the end. And we also see Ruca going up after Mania because I think she's ready. Or I think they think she's ready. I would like to see her have a heel run in NXT first, just because I always think it's best to learn there.
Yeah.
But they obviously see a lot in her. That's why she was on Saturday night's main event. And isn't she the only one of the NXT talents that was on that show that isn't on the main roster now? I'm pretty sure. I think everybody else is on the main roster.
Yeah.
So my thanks go out to everyone that's joining us today. There's plenty of choices out there for your Saturday night, and I'm happy that you guys chose our show to watch this evening because, like I said, it's Saturday night. It's Easter weekend. There's a lot of shit going on, a lot of channels to pick from. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Trying to look up from that Saturday night's main event of John Cena's last match.
That's
of who?
my way of saying I have to go use the bathroom.
No, yeah, that is fair. We usually only go like 90 minutes and 2 hours at most. So no, we're gonna. I feel like there's gonna be bathroom breaks.
I think we'll be doing a rotation, George. You go, and then I'll go.
So yeah, the only other one who's not on the WWE main roster right now that was on the John Cena's last match, Saturday night's main event, is Leon Slater. But Oba Femi versus Cody, Oba's up. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus Javon Evans on Leon Slater, and Javon's up.
Yep.
And then Ruca defeated Bayley as the other match. So I think she's going up pretty quick.
So I have heard that, and I've heard. So Zeus and I were talking. We think there's going to be a double turn here. We think Soul's going to turn on the end of this.
Okay.
And then she's moving up. I've heard things about her going in the main roster as a heel. They've got some plans already, sketched up for her as far as what her gimmick's going to be going in.
Really?
As a heel. So I would assume the end of this, if she turns as a heel on the end of this, that's the case, is that she's moving straight from this into that.
That's interesting. I just see now that seems weird to me on that sense of it, just of she has such a babyface appeal that you would think when she goes up she would be a babyface, but I could see it, but I don't know.
Well, let's take a look at what's just happened in the last week with their fights. People are already siding with Zaria on this.
Oh yeah,
so
no,
I could see, I could see it being a natural at this point. It's almost organically happening. And
right.
Yeah.
If she stays in NXT, I agree with that 100%. I'm not sure of hurting her heel here and then having her go up to the main roster to heel. Like, yes, we all watch all the shows, but
sure.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of the people that only have seen her at John Cena's last match and then would see her come up. In my mind, that seems weird. Now, I'm not saying it can't work. It easily could. I just feel like if she was going to go heel, have her have a heel run in NXT to work through the kinks. Cause there can be, slips and pitfalls when you are learning a different gimmick. And she's got such a babyface gimmick and it's such a good babyface but I mean, she's definitely got the talent. Roxanne was a heel on NXT and then went up as a heel. So she had an NXT heel run. She was a heel champion. And her last run was champion. The Prodigy she was being. She was talking shit. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
It took a little. Yeah. She was it. Yeah.
Right. So what I'm saying is if they have Soul become a heel, I'm not saying she's got to be a heel very long in NXT, but I would think like at least a month or two just to make sure that there's no errors. Because you'd hate to see her slip up in a promo or something like that on the main roster and then lose her momentum. But hey, it's different for everybody with it. We haven't seen what she's been working on in the PC. Maybe she's like got great heel promos in her and she's ready to turn. Like she could definitely do it. I thought initially she was going to be the one to turn on Zaria months ago even, but
yeah, I know it was interesting to kind of watch it. You were kind of wondering like which one of these two is going to do it.
Yeah.
But I could see it in her eyes. I could see how she could pull it off for sure.
Yeah, no. And that's the thing is we only see, Oh yeah. And we only see what they show us too. Obviously there's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes. So I could definitely see it, but I'll be interested to see how it goes. This match should be very, very good though, because obviously they're going to have a lot of chemistry. They worked together for the last year straight, pretty much. So they've been talking about this and building into it. So it should be very, very good.
Yeah, I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
They've definitely worked their way up to the blow-off match. That's for sure.
Yes. Yeah. No, they've definitely built this up very well.
I will let you guys chat about your thoughts, and I'll be right back.
There you go.
And good for Zaria too. This is a good opportunity for Zaria to kind of make it on her own and make a mark. I could easily see her winning this match. I kind of predicting she's going to win this match.
You would think it depends if she goes up or not. A lot of things are.
Yeah. There's a lot. That's the thing about NXT that you always have to think about too. It's not just about what you do moving forward on NXT. I think it also go.
Because now you're thinking, okay, so now you're thinking Ruca might be going up and Jayne might be going up and Fatal Influence with her. You don't know that.
Yeah, no.
But if that does happen, you have spots now in NXT and they got somebody coming up from Evolve. I can't remember her name. She's coming this week to NXT from Evolve. So they got somebody coming up already. So someone's leaving. Someone's definitely leaving.
Right. At least one of them is going up.
Yes.
No, my thought would be that it's Jacy and possibly Fatal Influence with her. I could see that. I just feel like if Soul stays a baby face and they want to bring her up, great. But she's starting to act pretty heelish here. And I would think they would have her do that on NXT for a bit more, but we'll see. I have been wrong plenty of times. I was the one saying that Javon Evans was going to, re-sign with NXT and do like one more year of college like Peyton Manning did. But clearly I was wrong and very wrong, which is fine. I don't mind being wrong. Unlike a lot of people where they get really mad if your fantasy booking doesn't work out, they get all pissy. I'm fine with it. Like Soul's even got a skull on her gear right now. I could easily see her turning heel during this or after this. Be very, very interesting.
Okay. She's ready to go.
Yeah, right. She came in hot.
Jeez. Jumpstart.
Yeah. Wait, am I live? Let me make sure I'm live. All right, I'm live. I know sometimes with the commercials they can mess that up.
Interesting color on Ruca's gear selection. The teal blue with the purple.
Yeah. And then she's got a skull on her top at one of them. I don't think I've seen her with a skull before. Oh, all right. But yeah, I'm thinking that Zaria's going to win this one because Soul's over enough one way or the other. I don't think she needs the win. I feel like Zaria really does. But we will see. Have to ask Gina when
good point. Soul's going right to the Kit Wilson stable with those colors.
Hey, if she was gonna go heel and join, I could see that actually. I mean, they could be like Miz's disciples, almost like a Judgment Day thing again. I could see that. Which we've said it forever that Miz is a great person for people to learn under, and if he could be more kind of transition more into a manager role and only wrestle occasionally, and if needed, take good bumps, that could actually work out very well.
Yeah, Miz is an old school manager would actually work out pretty well.
Right? Actually. Yeah, no, because obviously
he's just annoying enough. He's got the slappable face. Everything works. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he'd be a great heel manager. And he could take bumps safely when you need to. Unlike every time we see Heyman take a bump, I'm like, is he gonna get up? Is he gonna be all right? And me, I'm always all for more
as you
managers.
keep saying it, I keep thinking it. It would actually go over quite well.
Yeah, right.
Miz is the manager coming down. Yeah, I could see it big time, and it could be just annoying doing promos. It could be really annoying for the heel.
Yeah, Kevin saw it too. Soul's wearing Kit Wilson's colors. Yep, no, we could see it. She really is, and I could see her do it and give her the necklace, and she could do the dance with it, and that could work. I could see it.
I wouldn't put her there, but
I wouldn't. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm just saying I could see it. I could see it working. But
those upper deck seats they got there are pretty close to the action.
Yeah. I was actually say I just saw one person sat back down and they had a Cornette face shirt on. I'm like, if I could see their T-shirt on there, that's pretty close. No, this is a cool little venue. I know Anthony was stoked about it when it was announced. I know he said he'd been to a concert there before. So I know, like when AEW when they came through here last time, and then I know the last time NXT was in Phoenix, which was like years ago, they play the like 5,000 person venue that's in downtown Phoenix, and you can close off the super upper levels if you need to, because it has three different mezzanines. No, this is good though. This is giving Zaria a chance to shine and show what she can do, because she is talented.
And she's put together in a good way, not like the over muscular way. She's put together nicely, not overdone.
Right. Yeah. No, she's big and strong, but not too big and strong. Yeah, I get you. Oh, that's a nice little clip. Oh yeah, I still have the WWE chat going up on my TV screen. Take that off. I guess it's not. It won't be super chats in, and it's mostly just people whinging about something. Shocking. The IWC looking to complain. No, who would have thought that?
No.
Next thing you'll tell me they don't have any patience.
I know. On my recording with Zeus's backstage show today, I said something about, the internet crowd is about, a small percentage of the larger audience.
Sure.
And I'm sure I'm going to get some backlash for that one.
Oh, no.
But unfortunately, we are a small part of the larger community of the audience, but it is.
Oh no, for sure. No,
we're just one of the loudest.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're online, you're gonna see that's all you're gonna see with it. But right. One of my old friends who's a pretty big wrestling fan, watches all the shows, but he's never online. Like he doesn't even. I don't think he has a Twitter account. Like he just doesn't care. And that's a great way of going about it for a lot of people. That's why I think too, where like we were talking about with Cody, where yes, there is backlash that you're starting to see from the casuals, but it's such a smaller amount than it is online.
Yeah, it's a completely
but it's happening for sure. But it's one of those, and I think what I think they're doing is they're working off that, like I said earlier, with they've been calling him the golden boy all this throughout this whole thing, and for the golden boy, that just means you're set. Build them up to break them down.
Yeah. Well, and there's different types too, right? There's, we're on X, but there's also Instagram, there's TikTok, there's different forms of the internet crowds, and they're all saying different things. So it's important, if you are part of that community, to check out the different voices that are out there.
That is true. Mm-hmm. No, and I'm on, like, I don't go on Instagram a ton, but I usually go on there a couple of times a week and kind of go through and stuff. Or like, it'll tell me when, like for some reason, it tells me when certain wrestlers put up a new story, and I'll go check those out.
Yeah.
But like the only one that I'm not, that I haven't done is Blue Sky, just because I'm like, I don't need another Twitter. Like I don't need another Twitter. Like I'm good. If it's the same, if it's set up the same, and like I said, I don't have the time.
These two are putting forth quite the effort.
Yeah, they are. This is exactly what I was expecting this to be. Was just explosive.
Well, this is one of those things where the two of them have gotten close, and obviously they have to be somewhat of friends to work together for as long as they did. So they have the chemistry, and people out there, wrestlers always say, you hit your friends the hardest, you work with your friends the stiffest, and that's what's going on here. And
well, they've got a level of trust, basically, that they know they can go so hard and just hard enough.
And I always think of that line too. It's like, hey, if you give me a potato and a black eye or a fat lip, it's good for the business. I always like that line. It's true. It's good for it. Like,
and in real life, when you get into a fight, you usually say the most hurtful things to those you love the most.
That is so very true. That is so very true.
Yep. It's sometimes unfortunate.
Yeah,
but it's the truth.
Yeah. And then if you really are friends and you really do care about them, you'll make up afterward.
Right.
Might take a little while, but you'll make up for it. That's where you know, there's sometimes people you cut them out of.
Yeah.
We're no loss there. It's like you were saying on X yesterday about what I was saying. What the reason I'm not a big McAfee fan? I liked him initially, but I just feel like he turned himself up to 11 too much.
That didn't work out so well. Jesus.
I just feel like he and like you said it, like we all know that person in our lives that's got just turned up too much. It's like you are just too much to handle. No, I didn't even think about when you said it. I was like, I immediately thought of 3 different people in my life for the last 30 years. I was like, there's a reason I don't talk to any of those guys anymore.
Sometimes you go a little too far.
Yeah.
I think they were trying. I think these two are trying to do the old flip over the top rope thing. It didn't really work out so well for them.
Yeah, no, it didn't. That one over the apron didn't. But they didn't try to go back and redo it. They just moved forward. That's one of my least favorite things in wrestling. Oh, damn! Oh, damn! That's a hell of a soul snatcher onto that ramp. Yes. They both took it hard on that one. That was awesome. See, but that's what I say. You got to keep going. There's nothing I hate worse in wrestling than like you try to go back to the same spot, or like when they start a promo and stumble, or like someone cuts and they go back to the starting line and do the whole thing. Like you got to that just comes off so scripted and fake to me.
I feel like this is a true reaction from her. Like, give me a second.
Everybody's good.
Did you see what I just did? That hurt.
We're both. I'm gonna need a minute. Yeah,
I remember. I mean, speaking of Pat McAfee, there was Seth Rollins was on his show once, and he was talking about how much some of this actually really hurts.
Well, I mean, if you believe the rumors about Travis Scott, which I fully do, because rumors of people say he wanted to wrestle, like that's why he was at the Eliminate, and then apparently he went to the PC, took a couple of bumps, and was like, "We're good. I can't do this." Like, I know.
I don't think people understand. Like, when people say wrestling is fake, like, no, it's scripted.
It's predetermined. It's like, you know who's gonna win and lose most of the time, because there have been times where things happen and you have to have somebody else win or somebody gets injured or whatever. But it's predetermined.
Is there?
No, even when my wife and I were dating, and I told her I liked wrestling, because when we first started dating, I wasn't really watching wrestling that much. But I mentioned in our second or third date that I liked it because she's a big fan of like musical theater, and I'm like, it's really a similar kind of thing in it, where it's scripted of it, where like, you know, there's stunts that you do in theater that you could hurt yourself in or whatever, but wrestling is like, there's no way you can fake gravity. You know, like you just can't fake. Like if you would, that's not gonna hurt. Or there's so many people that think like the ring's a trampoline. I feel like was it Logan Paul who said it, where when he took his first few bumps, he's like, wait, where's the trampoline ring? There isn't one. That's not what this is. There's a little bit of give because it's canvas on wood, but it's canvas on wood.
I think they see that the ring bounces and they think that it's a trampoline, but no, that's just, it's got a little give to it.
That's exactly. Yeah, it doesn't bounce. It just has a little bit of give. And some rings don't, where you hear, if you look back, like if you see those footage from World Class at the Sportatorium, because that ring was like bolted in there and would stay there. That ring had 0 bounce. You hit that with donk.
Oh, now they're
emotional. Here, this is what I was expecting.
Jesus. Zaria should do those headbutts like that more often with her hair. That was awesome. The headbang headbutt. I like that. Oh shit. She's bringing her up. She gonna do like the F10 up here. All right.
That takes some core strength. Holy shit.
Yeah.
She's strong.
Yeah.
To be able to call her 150. Putting 150 on your back and climbing up backwards.
Yeah. I mean, even if Soul's like 130, it still would be a hell. I mean, I don't think I can do that.
It's 100 pounds climbing backwards.
I was gonna say, I don't think I could do it with 50. Way. Yeah, I probably couldn't do it with 20. What are you kidding?
Right.
And I'm not in that bad of shape, but my core's not in that good of shape. Nope.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh.
Time for the move. Got it.
And wow. Okay,
Uno,
then.
Dos.
I am surprised.
So just Jacy's going to go up.
Right? Maybe.
I don't know.
I could, yeah,
They wouldn't have Saul win if she was leaving.
I wouldn't think
Oh, maybe
so.
they would. Don't
Yeah,
Well,
don't
there's no
titles on the
title
line.
attached to this, so
Yeah.
I
Forgot
don't.
about the no title thing.
Yeah,
I could see it either way. I mean, but Soul's never won the NXT women's title, has she? She was always a North American, so I could see it. And Soul's really young, too. She's only like 25, 26, so there's definitely more than enough time, but we'll see. That was a hell of a match, though. I'm surprised Soul won, but that was a hell of a match. And that was a great finish, too, to do the thing off the top rope and then into the Soul Snatcher. I mean, that really set up well. And I like how she rolled her away from the ropes too. That's that good ring awareness that they teach in the PC.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons why I always say, like, think where when I complain about AEW, I want them to have a performance center, because it's the little things make such a big difference, and that's why I love the performance center existing. Like, I always think of Dom when they first turned him, and he was on, and when he was the Intercontinental, or when he was the North American NXT champion, because he was on Raw. They were doing house shows then, so he would do both house shows, or at least one of the house shows on the weekend, Raw on Monday and NXT on Tuesday. And from what everybody says, he would stay at the PC until he had to go on the next trip to learn. Like, you need to put that work in and learn.
Well, if AEW is doing ROH from a TV studio, which I think they're going to be doing or they are doing, I don't even know.
Well, that
should be their
absolutely
developmental spot. Right
yeah,
there.
but they didn't. I mean, they taped Ring of Honor on Wednesday in Winnipeg. So they did. It went Ring of Honor, Dynamite, and Collision all in one night. Yeah, exactly.
Johnny Gargano's match is next. Oh boy,
I got no problem with Gargano. It's
I don't care for him.
I don't know if I care for him, but he can put on a good match, and I'm a massive Myles Borne fan, so I'm excited for it in that regard. I think you can give Myles Borne a great match. I'm a big fan of Myles Borne, but this is where I will take my bathroom break.
I don't know what to expect out of this. I'm hoping
Myles wins this one.
I'm not a huge Gargano fan. Never have been. It's just the same thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah. He did great things. I think back when he was in NXT, I don't know that I don't dislike him. I don't think there's been anything really that spectacular that he's been doing since then.
No.
So I don't know. This one's been interesting for me. I was not thrilled. Like, I thought it was cool that he showed up. I thought it was funny, actually, when he showed up and he was planking and they were rolling him all around the ring. I thought it was funny. I was not impressed that he won.
No.
That was not, to me, I was like, I don't know what we're doing.
And there's no way. There's like 0% he can win this match.
Well, I hope he doesn't.
No, but you can't do it. You built up Borne now for the past how long, and you can't do it.
And I don't know what they're going to do with Johnny now with him losing this.
Have him work in NXT as a coach. That's what happens.
Really confusing to me of what their plan is going forward from this. And that's the thing I always try to think of is what are the long-term plans of what you're doing here?
Well, he's come down here. I think they're going to put him in the back helping, coaching. He's going to end up coaching, maybe. I think.
That's the thing is some of the stuff, I think they've lost the long-term plans of what they're doing. I think they're just reacting to everything instead of being proactive.
Yeah, maybe. Because quite frankly, I'm with Mike Glass in the chat. I will say if Gargano wins, I'm leaving the stream and I'm turning off the PLA.
Well, we didn't do it, Mike.
I'm just saying. It's funny.
Don't punish us for it.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. I'll be a little I'm not going to be a little. I'm going to be very disappointed if that happens.
They put Myles Borne with him for a reason, probably to learn some stuff real quick. Because like I said, I think he's going to be in a coaching role very soon. I think.
Yeah, I think he's got some really cool things that he could show. But then put him on LFG if that's the case. He can, help out with coaching. I think he's got some great moves. I think yeah, absolutely could be a great coach and a great mentor. I just don't understand what we're doing in this instance.
He's a Triple
Him
H.
talking Johnny Takeover.
Yeah, he's a
and
Triple
all of
H
that.
guy. Come on. He was with Triple H when the original Black and Gold. So he's got clout still.
Yeah. Yeah, I just haven't seen what we were doing here. Some people found the planking thing funny. I mean, it was funny. I just didn't get it. I personally didn't get it, but
I only came at the end of this conversation, but I'm with you, Dr. Gina.
I didn't get the planking thing. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I did think it was funny. I was saying that when they rolled him around the ring, I thought that was funny. That was probably the hardest I've laughed. But other than that, I was like, I don't know what we're doing.
I don't know if he was planking. I think he was just so much like just laying down, being sad.
Well, yeah, I meant planking on things, on items, when he was just laying like a plank on a log.
Yeah. No, when I heard planking, I was thinking of like the internet trend from like 2012 when like people were doing it in family photos and stuff. I mean, I like where they went with the storyline of it because I thought it was just going to be sad Johnny until they, ran out his contract. But this was smart to bring him down to NXT, and I really feel like they were setting it up for this to give Myles a great match because, Johnny can wrestle. He's just he's not have the most personality.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, but he's had good personality. I did like the stuff he was doing with like Austin Theory and stuff.
The way was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, when they brought Austin up, I really thought that they had Dexter Lumis. I thought they were going to kind of do all of that or something similar on the main roster. They didn't. Completely did away with that. But I mean, I guess not everything translates to the main roster, so I get it. But
yeah. And I mean, on the main roster, I feel like Gargano's at best a tag team wrestler. But like George was saying earlier, permanently being in NXT is not the worst place to be. It's really not. And honestly, for these two, Johnny and Candice, like they're going to be like, if they're already not doing a bunch of training, like they're going to be trainers and coaches in the PC sooner than later.
When you were in the bathroom, that's exactly what I was telling you.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
you guys are on the same page.
Perfect. I'm like, great. That's how I love that. It's exactly because it just so I could easily see like I could see Johnny even winning to stay on it, but I think he'll lose and then have some fight in him and he can be part of the matches we need to because Shawn Michaels loves the kid too. Like they're really close. So
well,
he's always
before this match starts, I'm gonna go put the old heat wrap on my ribs. Be right back.
Oh, I forgot George hurt his ribs. I forgot about that. Oh,
maybe this will just be the fire he needs to kind of get him
that could
motivated, I would say, to do something.
Yeah, I could see it. Yeah. I'm just not sure what he's one of those situations with him where I don't know where he fits on the main roster, unless it's going to be an undercard or at best mid-card matches, not even upper mid-card. And that's not a slight on him at all. That's just saying what talent's ahead of him. Like, you know what I mean? Of who's there with like, not even just the new young guys, but the WWE roster is loaded and talented.
Yeah.
And I know that there's going to be some changeover coming soon, obviously, with Brock's not going to wrestle for too much longer and Randy and, you got Cody and Punk. But yeah, I don't know. Cause I mean, you got replacements for those guys with Javon, Trick and Oba. So and Mello's really coming to his own the last 6 months. So I think NXT is probably the best place for him. He can still have his fire and be a good character. I just think NXT is probably the best place for him to do it.
Yep.
But we shall see.
Fun fact about Myles Borne, when he's standing up and he does that hand gesture, that is sign language for never break.
Okay. I did not know that.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Little fun.
No, that's great. I'm a big Myles Borne fan. I really like this kid. I think it's not just because of the overcoming the disability. I think like the fact that he has humor about it is amazing. I really do. I think he's very talented. And then, his humor about that was what got me into him initially. And then watching NXT as deep as he has.
Up there, he just did it
good
again.
Matches. Yeah, I saw it that time.
Yep.
That's cool. All right, now I'll see that every time. That's great.
Yep. Yeah.
And then obviously the kid's got some sort of game. He's dating Stephanie Vaquer. So and I believe that they just moved in together. So clearly he's got personality and charisma. Just saying. Yeah, right? Yeah. That's another thing I've never understood is when people get mad when a celebrity like has a significant other. Like you didn't have a chance, buddy. I'm sorry. None of us were gonna bag Stephanie Vaquer. It just wasn't gonna happen. Sorry, guys. Like I don't know how to. I saw people like when that was announced, or because I think it was Thanksgiving where she posted a picture like with his family and stuff. People were like, oh, I see in the comments again. There's the IWC. Like, oh, it sucks. Screw him, bro. I'm like, come on, guys. Like, just back to like the attitude era. None of us had a chance with Sonny. I wasn't into Sable, but we didn't have a chance. Neither did we have a chance with Lita. Like, it's fine. They're celebrities. It's okay. You can put them on your friends hall pass thing or whatever, but like it's not like none of us were gonna it's like you it's like you with Roman Reigns, like there's a few.
I know that's not gonna happen.
Right, and that's why your husband's cool with it was my point, like my wife has some things that
and you know what, if I did have a chance he'd probably still be cool with it, but it's
I was
not gonna
just
happen.
gonna say that. I was like, and if you did, he'd be like, you know
you know what, I know exactly what he would say. He'd go nice. That's exactly what he would say.
Sounds like you got yourself a great husband there. That's awesome. That's good. No, seriously, like, because I mean, but good for Myles, man. He's a good kid.
Yeah,
and he's young too.
Kid.
Yeah. No, he's
Maybe
he's actually
we'll
one of the
Pat McAfee interference here.
that would really set the internet. If he comes in and like is the reason that Ricky Saints wins the title at the end. Oh
right
God.
Now?
Who? What? Where?
Johnny was just laying in the middle. Like what? Oh, it was a ploy. I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah, Myles is he'll be 27 in May. So yeah, he's still a child. Like Jesus. And especially with wrestling, especially with wrestling nowadays. Too. I'm in the wrestling sphere because you can he's got at least another 25 years ahead of him. So
for sure.
Yeah. And this is also cool for Johnny to have, because he's never going to get these reactions on the main roster, like with people chanting Johnny Wrestling and that kind of stuff. But I mean, he had a great NXT career. So,
well, maybe that was exactly what they were thinking when they did this.
It seems like it.
There are certain people who just do better in NXT, have better crowd reactions. They just fit there better. It's all about fit. I mean, some people can just thrive more in one environment over another. It doesn't mean that they're better or worse talent, period. It's just they thrive better in a certain environment. For
sure. That's kind of why I think what I think with Ethan Page. Like I think he's carved himself a perfect niche here.
Yeah.
Now, what I've always said is if he wants to go up and he thinks he can do it, like I would say, like give him the chance to, because he's performed so well and he's earned that opportunity. But if I wouldn't be surprised if he just stays in NXT and is the champion, either North American or NXT champion for a bit and helps get people over. But we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think he would be the level of star that he is in NXT. Right. It's like that star quarterback in your school who goes off to the big school and all of a sudden they're not that level. Yeah,
the JUCO quarterback who's great, and then he plays 2 years at junior college and lights it up, and then goes to like the SEC and is lost in the mix. Yeah,
all of a sudden they're third string and they're not as big of a deal, right?
On the junior college team, he was one of the biggest guys. And then you get to the and like, oh, he's look at him with everybody else. Oh, whoops. And I mean that's not saying anything bad about the people. It's just life.
No, it's just sometimes that's my fear for some of these people is they are, one of the bigger stars in one promotion, and then they go to a different one and you think you're going to get the same thing. But when you stack them up next to other people, that's where they end up in the mid card. And you're like, what happened?
Yeah. And I think what's good about NXT now too, like having the TNA partnership, but even more so the AAA partnership, where you can still get, matches in other places for other titles, and in AAA you get those big crowds. So there's a lot to be said for what NXT is doing nowadays. Plus, like at least we'll see what happens with Johnny, but I could easily say if he stays down here, it's one of those things where if you don't make it on the main roster, it's not like your career's over. It's not like under Vince where you're just cut off and done. Like you can go back down to NXT if you need to.
Yeah, like it's been mentioned a couple times in the chat. The live crowd at NXT still loves Gargano.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Absolutely, yeah. Which
we're at 29 likes, only one away from the magic number of 30. I love to get to 30 on lives, please, and thank you. If you haven't, like it, thank you.
Please subscribe, leave a comment. We will be back tomorrow for our Sunday night spaces at 8:05 p.m. Eastern, right here on the AltJake Takes On YouTube channel, and every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern for our AEW Dynamite review. Where now, if Cornette's not going to be doing it anymore, if people need someone to review the show for them, come on over and hang out with us. We review every single segment and every match, whether we want to or not. Some of them are not. Most of it is not as big. I can handle it. Like I joke, but sometimes it's like, oh, some of the episodes or segments are just terrible on that. But yeah, I'm happy we do it though, because we get to find, so we get to give our comedic take on it, at least make it more enjoyable for folks, because we know most people don't want to watch it, so we'll watch it for them. And if Cornette's not going to anymore, if we can be the number one place for that, maybe we will get to that 115,000 one day.
Hey, right?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Hey, I just get happy every time we see a new subscriber, and every time the videos do a little bit better than the last week. That's really all I kind of go for, is just grow a little bit each time.
That's all you can hope for.
Yeah.
Jump to 31 likes just like that.
God,
I love
awesome.
I love the chat. Very nice. Thank
awesome.
you guys. Thank you.
I'll never forget, and it was only like a month ago. It was actually almost exactly a month ago, where at the end of a Sunday night spaces, and we were at like 488 or 489. I was like, hey, by the end of the month we'll be at 500, and that triggered some people. And by the end of the episode, we were at 498, and 5 minutes later we were at 501, and I literally was like in tears of happiness. Like, you guys are amazing. That's again back to this community we've built and all this, some stuff we've created. There's really some awesome people involved, and we thank you for that. It's really amazing. Like, it really, really is, especially since we'd only been doing it since the end of February of the year before. To get over 500 in just over a year is amazing. Especially since
that white dude with the long hair is always in the first row for NXT. Boy, he's there again. You need your supporter of the product.
He's the NXT version of the green shirt guy.
Right?
Yeah, that's great. That's like was it Sign Guy Rick is at almost all the big TNA shows. He's a big supporter of them. That's awesome. He used to be at WWE shows with this blue work shirt, red backwards hat, and the signs. That guy. He's at every TNA major show anymore. Yeah.
I'm just saying, those are metal behind.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's.
And he just dove right into that.
That's just a little piece of cloth covering that metal. That's not. It's not like a mat or a barrier or anything. Yeah. No, those are like bike racks.
Oh,
hang on. Coming with the super chats here.
Makes a good point. Makes a real good point.
Nice. All right. Regina Sharp coming in for another $10. Thank you so much, Regina, one of our biggest supporters. The thing that pains me the most, and there is a lot with AEW, is I'll be watching a match, loving it, and then they'll make one glaring production stupid glitch that takes me right out of it. Or 100%. Or for me, what happens is, like, you get to that point where the match, you've built it up, you're gonna get to it. Somebody hits a finish or an awesome move, and that should be the end. And then they go 5 more minutes or 10 more minutes, and the crowd just dies out. And then you have a stupid roll-up type finish that just doesn't. I know they got the quick one, but we've already hit all of the finish, all of our moves. That's a fantastic comment, Regina. Thank you. That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
And the problem too is, it's like, obviously we saw at the beginning of this show that they had, a few production errors or glitches or whatever. But, they don't happen that often, and not on every freaking show. There's some new issue or some new problem or some audio glitch that you can't hear, or some lighting glitch, or somebody walking in the background of a important vignette or whatever. Or like last week, where they cut back to Mox too early, and you could see clearly that he just threw himself into those kegs versus Will Ospreay. It just get cut 1 second too early, but it's, is what it is.
Those little tiny things.
It's what I was saying
Well,
earlier
and
about the
it's
PC.
funny too because the human mind has negativity bias. So when we'll watch like a 3 hours show, if there's something I would say major that happens negative, we will put that onto the whole show just naturally, whether there was good things or bad things. So I try to, if something like that happens, I'll try to purposely point out to myself 5 good things that happened and focus on those a little bit stronger so that negativity bias doesn't happen so strongly.
It also happens with what time it happens during the show too. Your negativity bias happens like if it happens in the last segment, guess what? The show sucked.
Exactly, because that's the last thing that's stuck in your head. Yeah, or if they double down on it. And sometimes we can't get away from it because they make, I'll just say, stupid decisions and they double down on something. And so now you've started the show off with something and then you've ended the show off with something that
and you hear that negativity,
all of that negativity together.
And you hear that with like professional athletes and stuff where, like even athletes that have gotten, 5 world titles, 5 titles in whatever their sport is, but maybe they had 2 finals or whatever that they lost. They remember the losses more than the wins. Yeah. Like it's something that's, it's I hadn't thought of it that way of the negative, but I could
probably tell you more hockey losses that I've had than the wins.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. Well, and our brains just will remember the amygdala and the hippocampus in your brain will automatically remember more negative or
you will never hear hippocampus mentioned in any other podcast.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to say that. I'm like, tell me another wrestling podcast live show that's going to bring you and actually define it right.
I'm going to teach you some things. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I love it. No,
so you'll actually remember more negative or tragic things over more neutral or happy things. But if it is funnier, that also will bring it up too. So that's where you'll remember some of the more comedy things like R-Truth or Danhausen. So it's good that they're bringing in things like that as well.
That's
because that'll obviously the things that stand out to me, like for the show last night was Danhausen and R-Truth. They brought them both in and the negative things that happened. We won't repeat them again.
Well, and the thing with wrestling too, I feel like it's even more so in it because, and back to what you were saying too about how if something didn't work, they doubled down.
Yeah.
That was only what Vince did, especially in from probably 2010 on. And that's really when podcasting started to really become into form. Yep. So all these wrestling podcasts just kind of built themselves on negativity because it was easy to crap on WWE. They were the only brand and it was just terrible. Most of it was pretty bad. And so they've kind of built that into their core that's just automatically what they're going to do is just go towards the negativity as opposed to finding the good. Yeah. Just like with the WrestleMania build, everyone, not everyone, but so many people are telling how bad it is or how lazy it is or WWE creatives lost at sea. And not every storyline is great, but I would say I think they have 12 matches booked so far. I think at least 8 of them have a pretty good storyline or almost a great storyline going to them. And only a couple of them aren't doing that well, but they still have time to build other things of it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I still think they're setting themselves up for some other stuff too that could be cool. I still think the 3 Japanese ladies are going to have a triple threat. Asuka, Kairi, and Io. I think that's their match is going to have a triple threat.
Yeah, I
almost
hope
for sure.
I think that would be good. Yeah.
I think Kairi's finally getting to the point where she's going to break away from Asuka, and that'll set up that 3-way. Probably on Monday, but we'll see.
So watching this match, I can see why the NXT crowd likes Gargano.
Yeah,
I can
pick. Got a lot of fight in
I can actually see it. I don't like it. Well,
I mean, he's a good mat technician. He's always in the spots he's supposed to be. Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. Oh, that was a nice elbow.
Yeah. He always puts on a good match. It's like when they do have him in a match, I'm always watching it going, wow, he's really good. I don't know why they don't do more with him.
Every single time I watch him, he's got the personality of wet cabbage.
There.
I think just regular cabbage. I don't think it's wet.
Oh, all right.
That was a good match, and that was perfect. Myles gets the win.
Yeah.
And now
Johnny Yeah. He looked good.
And I think you said it too, where like he can get the fire, like the crowd will be the reason he got the fire back.
Yeah.
And then he can, I just think, stay in NXT. Be
all right, Mike. Thank you for staying. Appreciate
it. We appreciate it. No, but back to what you're saying about Danhausen. Yeah, no, like it's working. It's working with the crowd. He's a nice little moments of levity that his entrance with on the Miz and Kit Wilson segment where the camera just panned to the Miz and panned back. That smile. Like I said before, I've always been a fan of the Danhausen character and gimmick. Even before he was in AEW, I thought it was funny. I mean, he's essentially like he makes nothing but Simpsons references and like
Conan
and silly Conan jokes. Yeah, like that kind of stuff. That's my brain. That's my brain is like 90% Simpsons references. So I get like I always thought it was funny. I just didn't think it was going to work on the main roster, but I also thought they were going to change it. Like even when he first came out with the music, they weren't saying very nice, very evil. The music was going very evil, very nice. So I just thought they were going to change it, but they didn't.
Oh,
okay. This is good.
I knew he was going to get involved somehow. Yeah, I knew he had some, and they are bringing him out by himself. Okay.
Yes,
good.
that's what I'm saying. That was what I got excited about. It's not all of Dark State. It's just Lennox. Yeah. Because it seemed like at least last week. Yeah. I don't know if the other three need to break up yet, but he needed to break away from them.
This is what they should do with that group that Ricochet's on, that one guy that we actually like, have him break up.
Bishop Khan. Yeah, yes. Which I'll give them credit in that last vignette that they did. It did seem like that's what was happening. You know, where when Ricochet said something about, he's like, I don't even know what you're doing. And they like glanced at each other. I'm like, good. Start that, because Bishop Khan is talented. He's the one in that group. He's the one in that group that is in demand, not the rest of them. So I do want to see him be successful.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't think Soul's acting right here while she's holding her back in this interview.
No, I think she actually hurt.
She's all right, but just well, I guess she's staying if Izzy Dane's coming out to talk to her, which is good. I think Soul.
I really thought Izzy was going to get involved with the Jacy Jayne stuff because she had inserted herself into that. Maybe she's just inserting herself everywhere.
Which, hey, that's not the worst move. Give yourself as many options as you can. And Izzy's one of the ones, she's probably the most recent one where, like we talked about earlier, where you saw her just get it. All of a sudden, it just started clicking for her. And she went from just being a bit player to being in more matches. And then she did that show where she had 2 full matches in one night and won the title. Like that was that point, like, oh, she's getting this now. It's a lot like Lash Legend a few months ago, where all of a sudden she was getting it, where her matches, they were clean. They were getting, again, all the little things. They were getting them off right. No,
absolutely.
Cross,
I'm sorry. Cross, we've been saying from the beginning that Bishop Khan was the one.
Yeah, no, he's the only one in that group.
As soon as he popped up, we were like, that's the guy.
Yeah, no, he's the one in the group for sure. What were you saying, Gina?
Yeah, I just said it's great when you see it click for him.
Yeah. Oh, it is. And as I always talk about this too, like I'm a child of 2 teachers, and my father was a soccer coach from like 1980 until he retired in like 2004, and was the most successful high school soccer coach in the history of Arizona. And so I've been around coaching and that kind of thing my whole life. So I'm not good at that coaching, but I enjoy watching it and seeing people become successful. And that's what I love. That's what really kind of brought me into NXT. I didn't watch it full time until they got onto the CW. I would watch it here and there where I could, but once they moved to the CW, I kind of knew that was going to be a big move for them. They were going to invest a lot into it. And like you said before, it's still developmental, but it really is a third brand, just a third brand with developmental in it.
And the hard part was getting me to watch it.
which again,
it was.
No. And again, back to what I was saying earlier too, I don't try to change minds. We just talk about it, say certain things, and George's like, all right, I would watch that. That's cool. And it was, I wasn't like, I was like, you got to, come on. But it was one of my missions to get George to enjoy NXT, because let's see, it was October of 24 when they moved to the CW, and we started the show in the end of February of 25. And it was probably like the end of that spring, beginning of that summer that you started to watch a bit. And then, and it also helps that that NXT has been very good. You know, they had a lot of talent back, building up well for them.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to watch because I think that's when I first noticed Jacy, and I'm like, well, she kind of sucks. Not very good in the ring. And as you watch, she picked up certain thing there. She'll make an adjustment with the facial. They're all the same. Most of them. Most of these people are all the same. They take advice very well. They might change a facial expression or a sell in a different way or do something different, but you can see the progression. You can actually see it all the way through. That's what I like about NXT.
Yeah, and that's a lot. That says a lot too about the of the talent that they bring in, which are now a lot of it's with the NIL talent of people that, you know, like Trick said, where he was on that interview on ESPN where, you know, football wasn't working out but he'd been taking coaching his entire life, and then WWE gave him the chance and he just continued to be coached. And that's something that people that are athletes, they want good coaching. They want to listen. They want to learn. And that's when I remember the day I stopped giving any shit about Hangman Page was when he said, no, I don't take advice from veterans. Screw you then. I think they're there to give you advice, especially like the some of the older guys that are in the AEW system of like Dean Malenko, Jake Roberts, for a time, William Regal. Like, why would you not want to take advice from these guys?
Oh, this documentary I'll watch.
Yeah, the Shawn Michaels one.
Shawn Michaels, yeah.
Yeah. They said it at one point in SmackDown last night quickly where they said it will be on, I think on Peacock. Oh, there we go. I was like, I didn't know the date. Perfect. All right. Well, shit, we'll have to give that a review, George. I'm down to watch that and review it. Hell yeah. I'm a massive documentary person. That's another thing where we're talking about sports. I don't watch much sports anymore, but any documentary about sports, like any 30 for 30 or the HBO sports documentaries, the Netflix ones, I eat those up. I don't even care what sport it's about.
Yeah, they gotta be about a subject I at least care about.
That's what I thought until I saw that cycling 30 for 30 years ago. And I don't give a shit about cycling. And I watched that one. And there was a couple other ones about sports I didn't care about that I watched and enjoyed. So I'll give most any of them a chance. Especially too, I don't watch a lot of them.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. It depends. Like I watch.
Yeah, I hear you.
I watch some. I like the baseball one. The baseball ones are always interesting to me.
Oh yeah. Oh,
they're always interesting. The Mets ones were good. The Red Sox one was okay.
I gave you that. Hey, I watched the Steinbrenner one, and that was okay.
Steinbrenner was very good, actually.
Yeah, no, for me it was fine.
If it wasn't for the Yankees in that series, I would love that Boston Red Sox documentary.
That's fair. No, because and then Netflix just did was it last year or the year before where they released a 3-part documentary about the same kind of thing. That one was great because it was done by kids who grew up going to Fenway with their dad. And so like they started, like, the comeback is only the 3rd episode. They built the first 2 episodes building up why the comeback was important of how bad we were. That one's really good. I like that one probably the most.
Of all the franchises like that have a pedigree for winning, when you go up, see a collapse from a team like that just still big.
I'm sure. I am sure, which is why I don't bring it up too much.
No, it was fun. It was interesting to watch from a Yankees fan point of view. It was definitely interesting to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that for sure.
Yeah, I think there's just this match here in the main event, right?
Yep. Yeah, no, that's why I put up all the matches in the card in our photos. So I've been deleting them after they went. And so yeah, we got this one in the main event. So perfect, which should mean this should end right on time for you guys to go right over into This Is Awful. So heck yeah. I'm excited.
Jumped up to 34 likes.
Nice. Thank you guys. That's awesome.
What do they call it when we have more likes than people? Something like that.
A ratio.
Yes, we ratioed ourselves. Thank you.
Well, yeah, I mean too, but we've had over 202 people view throughout the night, so that's pretty good. I'll take that. But yeah, we got 25 live concurrent viewers now. We were up over 35 at one point. We appreciate it. And I know this is one of those things of like, we kind of like we were talking about earlier about we might not do a WrestleMania live watch. Like everyone's gonna do one. It's hard competition. We don't want to make you like. I know I fully understand we are not the only show you guys watch, and so I don't want to be I don't want to take other people away from the shows they enjoy and other people who do the live
for
shows.
WrestleMania, like NXT stuff we'll do all the time. NXT stuff is kind of like like Jake got me into it. Now we're into it, so we're into it.
Yeah,
We're going to be into it all the way through.
Right.
So we'll do these, but WWE stuff is, especially WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's time to watch. You sit back, you watch it yourself.
Yeah.
You want to go to your favorite live show, go there and watch it and have a good time.
I'm glad we did the chamber though, because that was a fun one, and we'll see about other ones of different points of it on pay-per-views of what's going on with it. But yeah, I think you're right. I think WrestleMania is probably best just to leave it to everybody else, and we'll do our spaces. But yeah, it's probably smart to go early before Mania. We can talk about night one and preview night two.
That's what Zeus expects. So
yeah. Well, if we're bringing Zeus on, we want to hear to his schedule at least a bit, because even if we do
we do 105 Eastern or 130,
Yeah.
205, 105 we did last time. It was perfect for him. So
yeah.
Oh.
That might be a little early for me now, because that's 10 a.m. for me, but I can make it work. All right, here we go.
Where's our Tatum stand?
Yeah, Andre Adams, he was in there earlier. And I saw other people. I also saw other people talking about it too. Andre's one of our great friends from the Toonie Talk verse, and one of the best one-liner guys out there. Usually his super chats are going to come with pretty much the best one-liners you're going to hear all night.
I love it.
It's great. No, I remember the first time I saw him super chatting for us, I was like, yes, because every time he there was a part of it I was concerned about, because every time he super chats in, I die laughing usually. Every time on Toonie Talk on Tuesdays, I'm glad Dis has to read them, because I'm usually back here. Because good one-liners will pop me. It's what I'm here for.
I do think it's too soon. I just saw one in the chat that I do think it's too soon to take the belt off of Tatum. I'm just gonna point that out.
Yeah, but to get it back on Blake, I could see it, because with the way she lost it with Thea Hale and stuff. But here's the thing: since we now have a new women's champion, I think Tatum should retain and Blake should be in the main event scene. I think that would work.
100% with you on that.
Yeah. So
how do you put her in the main event scene if she loses this match?
I have it be cost by Izzy or be cost by somebody. You know what I mean? Like maybe Izzy tries to hurt Tatum but ends up hurting Blake or something. There's an out there, or maybe she has her foot on the ropes and the ref doesn't see it or something.
I could see it being
it's called a setup. It's called a setup question for you.
Yeah, no, that's why I was trying to give you good answers. I was gonna say I thought we nailed that. I was pumped with that. I was like, thank you, George. This is why George and I are a team. Oh yeah, there's your tickets on sale, May 15th, 16th, and 17th. Buffalo, Canton, and Johnstown, New York. Damn, they're making them work 3 nights in a row. Right. That's awesome. Hey, that's wrestling. I always say wrestling is probably the most where you need repetition the most. You got to get your reps in. Okay, this is why I don't like those outside reps.
I don't even know where those other two places were in New York.
I've heard of Canton. No, wait, I've heard of Canton, Ohio. Never mind.
You heard of?
Yeah, exactly. I realized it as I said it. I'm like, no, wait, that's the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Nope, I got nothing. And you're from there, so I know.
I've never heard of those.
Yeah, I'm never. That's the only thing with these smaller venues. It's kind of tough is having the ramp come from the stage.
The thing about Tatum is she's really good at manipulating. We saw that in the last promo. Like she could manipulate Blake a little bit, and I think there's going to be some manipulation that happens somehow here.
What was the girl's name in NCIS? That was the goth girl.
Yeah. What was her name?
Oh, Jesus. Now it's on the tip of my tongue.
My daughter dressed up like her for Halloween one year. I think, does that show my age? Because that was a long time ago.
Well, I was going to say, I'm like, the fact that we're even talking about that show, I mean, I watched it for a few years, but isn't that the show for old people? What was her name, though?
Abby.
Oh yeah, Abby. Yeah.
I was thinking Penny, and I knew that wasn't right.
That's the right ballpark, though.
Yeah. Well, and her real name's Polly or whatever, her real Polly. That's where the P's was stuck in my. Yeah, no, I was definitely thinking Penny. I knew that wasn't right though. Abby. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I think this is a perfect way to, have a good match with it and Blake continue to get over, but I think she's ready for the main event scene.
From what I've picked up on Tatum Paxley, she's learned how to sell much better since she's been here in NXT. Because when I first saw her, I was like, God, she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing.
And that's well, that's NXT. Most people, I mean, there's very few people that they're going to bring in that are going to know a lot of what they're doing. And I'll probably get some stick for this from folks, but I still think the reason that Jade Cargill's only like now in the last 5 or 6 months getting over and doing well, it's because she needed not a ton of time. I think 3 months, maybe 6 at the most in NXT.
6 at least.
Yeah,
that was the mistake.
That was a mistake for sure.
Yeah. I'm glad you both agree with me because I've said that before and people are like, ah.
I think a good year actually would have done her some good, to be honest.
Yeah. I think they could have knocked it out if 6 months would have been perfect because it would have been, some initial training with it. And then, she could be in the main event scene or whatever because she is a star and she is a name. And I thought when she showed up on NXT that one time, that's what they were going to do. But, they're probably paying her a lot of money. And, again, kind of like we talked about before, I'm assuming, Ari Emanuel and Nick Khan see star in her and, they make the final decision. So it is what it is. But
clearly.
Yeah. Right. Clear. That's touche. Yeah. But that's what happens when you're life in the big city, right? With big money. Business
decisions.
Yep. And that's I was talking about it too. If like in any company you work for or whatever, where like the bosses in the boardroom make decisions that affect the people on the floor and the people in the trenches, like they don't know what we're doing. Oh, this looks great on paper, and then it's the worst decision ever. Yep. But hey, I mean, I was gonna try to give.
All of a sudden, we all got real quiet.
I was gonna give some specifics, but then I decided just to take a drink because I didn't want to. I didn't want to out myself
went
where
to
I've
a
worked.
Place where we recognized where we've been there.
Yeah, I totally. And either like, well, I mean, it's what cost me my job that last year when I was working for a company for almost 11 years, and they decided recruiters could be moved to AI, and they took all of us that had been with the company like about 5 of us that had been with the company for a really long time and knocked us all out because we were due to be paid more, and replaced the initial recruiters with AI and promoted the other ones up. And it's fine, but it was not the best decision. The classes that I used to hire for, the program shut down. So tells you everything you need to know about that.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
I have lots to say about that, but you and I could have a conversation another day on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to. So I'm still surprised that I guess that AJ Styles is the marquee name for the Hall of Fame. They just put that up. I really thought there was going to be somebody. I thought it was going to be Batista. I thought he was going to finally go in. Well, because he was supposed to go in 2020 and then the pandemic happened. So I just still thought I was surprised by that. But I mean, AJ's a huge name for sure. And Stephanie is a big name too. I just thought, I don't know. There's usually like, what was it? Last year was Triple H, and then there was Undertaker. And there's usually some massive name in there. And AJ Styles is big, but I don't know. I didn't see him as the marquee. I
wonder if that's not because Cena got like a big whole year retirement year and AJ got like 2 months.
Yeah. But I think, that was from everything I've understood of it. That was AJ's call.
Oh, it was.
He was done.
I didn't know that. So
yeah, no, I don't. That's from. Yeah, no, I think they kind of was what he was saying was truthful about how he wanted to go out, where he was still able to be AJ Styles and not, step slow or whatever. And then when look at his retirement too, where he got 5 kids, like he wants to spend time with the family. And then I keep saying it too, like families of that many kids usually will breed a lot of grandkids, and I think he wants to be able to play with his grandkids.
Yeah.
Now the both of these two are psycho.
Yeah,
right.
And that's just like Gina said. Tatum was going to bring that out of her.
Yeah,
which I like that they have Blake with having that dark side. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it works really well for her. And
as you can tell by looking at Tatum's legs, they're hitting each other hard.
Yeah. No, they're laying it in for sure.
She's got red marks all over her.
And hey, nobody's having to like rub their palm or their fists in glass or anything like the last time we saw her in AEW.
Well, I almost just called her Mariah. So
well, that is her real name. Like Mariah May is her real first and middle name. She's got a a different last name, but that is her real name, which is why I thought she would keep it in WWE because, like, but it was fine. I never get too upset about the name changes.
If they thought she was going to be a star, they weren't going to give her a real name. They
want
to own that Blake Monroe.
Yeah, that's true. And Blake Monroe is it works as a name. It passes the smell test. Would look good on a marquee.
Monroe, I really like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And with her being the glamour, it works. Mm-hmm. Which they let her keep that because that was what she brought. I mean, she was that on the Indies and in AEW, so it works. And she has done fairly well too in there. I know some people were thinking or trying to say that she was getting buried or that it wasn't working for her in NXT, but she's really coming together well. Her stuff is a lot smoother, cleaner. Like when she's hitting stiff shots, they're stiff shots and not potatoes now. Mm-hmm. And she's actually getting to like wrestle and perform more as opposed to with on AEW, the women's matches, you're in the one women's segment of the whole pay-per-view.
Well, and I think, when we're talking about Jade, I think it's the same is true for Blake. That 6 months to a year, whatever, gives you like that time to work out any kinks, like getting used to the people, getting used to the culture before you move up to the main roster. And I think she's had that time now to do it. So I could see them moving her up and she would blend in just fine in the main roster.
Yeah, we've mentioned this hundreds of times probably, but when you come over from AEW, you have to be de-AEW'd before you go anywhere.
Yeah. And I mean, you see that a lot too, like even just in the real world in jobs. Again, as a recruiter, we'd hire in people and sometimes it'd be like, you have to unlearn your bad habits. And, sometimes they would just bring in somebody with no experience because you can, they're a fresh clay to mold. Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's nothing worse than when you hire somebody and they say, well, when I worked here, we did it like this.
Yes.
Well, you're not there anymore. Right. And there's a reason you're not there anymore.
100%. Yeah. Now in the same company, I worked my way up to be a recruiter. I was a training coach for about a year. And people would come in. Well, at my old job, you're not at your old job.
Right.
Well, when I worked, we're not there. No,
you're
that's exactly what you say. Like, great. You work here now.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
That's like a running joke in Florida, actually, is, we have so many people who move here from other states and everybody here says, well, that's not how we did it in so-and-so state. Well, fine, then go move back there. You moved here for a reason. So stop.
Phoenix is a massive transplant city. Like me and I'll be 44 in June. And like people of my age are really the first like native Phoenicians that grew up here, like even both my parents, dad was from Massachusetts, mom was from New Jersey, most everybody, like my wife's parents are both from Wisconsin. It's just a very big transplant state, which is terrible, which is why I was like, oh, no one knows how to drive in Arizona. I'm like, no, everyone just drives by the laws that they grew up with, and they don't know they don't know the laws that are here. That's what it is. I could see Florida being a lot of that, especially with how many people go there to retire and different things.
Yeah, the driving is so much like that. It's funny too. I went back to I'm originally from Wisconsin. Now that you say that, I went back to visit my daughter, and I'd only been down here for I think a month, and I went back, but I used to live down here. And so I went back to visit my daughter and I was driving and she goes, I could tell you really acclimated back to Florida driving really fast. I was like, it took me like 2 days and I was right back into it.
That tracks. That's the driving here, people. And then we get, I'm sure you probably do too, like snowbirds is what we call it. The people that the moment it gets cold in Chicago or wherever, all of a sudden you start seeing those out-of-state plates coming in here.
Yeah.
And then
there it is. Nice.
All right, there it is.
Yeah. People are shocked.
Yeah. No, I just thought there was gonna be some sort of involvement or some sort of
I actually did too. I thought there was gonna be something a little bit more to that, but
hey,
I really did think she was going to retain. So
I
am glad to see that.
Yeah. And
they've kept the matches pretty clean. Yeah. Actually, no involvements after the match is a different story, which is fine. But during the matches, much not.
Yeah. We haven't had like a bunch of ref bumps and like bunch of similar spots and things. No, that's a good point. No, that was
I think
that was good.
Shawn's reading everybody saying how they're sick of it on the
Yeah.
main roster. So he's like, fine, I won't do any of
Right.
that. I promise.
That's a good point.
He's like, I'll leave it out of here.
Well, and especially for this show, because I mean, this is the first Stand and Deliver that's not on Mania weekend, and that makes a big difference. Because I mean, I remember last year I watched it, but I don't think I watched Stand and Deliver until after Mania. Like I watched it on a replay because it's just I don't usually I was doing stuff during the day. But this giving it its own weekend, it was much smarter. Plus, then the talent can like go be a part of the Mania stuff and just kind of soak it all in and not have to worry about having their own match and stuff. They can go to like the after parties or be backstage or whatever. I think it's a smart move on all parts.
No, we got
all right. So
back with Dark State though, talking.
Yeah, but the way he's talking to him, it looks like he's like talking at them. And look, they're all in shirts and he's not. I feel like that's part. Yeah. I think he's going to break away from the group for sure, which kind of makes sense because I could see them working as a trio. Like once you have it as a fourth person in it, at least when they were going for the tag titles, it just kind of made it a little bit awkward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you go without us.
Yeah.
Plus the talent rises to the top anyway, and you can kind of tell who you're going to pick out of the group by who performs the best. And there you go.
That's good though. You want a little conflict within the group. Makes the group interesting. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because as of right now, this group was not interesting to me.
No. They started off well and then it kind of just fizzled and they kind of were just treading water. And now this is giving them, some real life to them. Give me some intrigue, which honestly, like similar to like the MFTs yesterday with the lantern and stuff. Like I hadn't been interested in that feud at all. Last night, at least. Yeah. Last night, I was like, okay, this is starting to make some sense. I like this with it. And
and then give the damn lantern back to the Wyatt Six. Let's get back to the plot with the Wyatt Six because we have lost the plot.
Completely. And I say like, it's not. Yeah. And that's when I talk about the Wyatt Six, sometimes people in the chat are like, oh, Jake hates them. Like, I don't hate them. I haven't been brought in. Like, I'm just not that intrigued by it. I like the ideas behind it. I'm not saying they can't be a spooky faction gimmick. They've been feuding with the MFTs for too long and just hasn't really gone anywhere. So
no, we just completely lost the plot.
Yeah.
Like, and I am probably one of the biggest
good way to put it.
Bray Wyatt Six fans that originated from all of that. But now I'm like, what are we doing? I don't understand. It doesn't even make sense anymore.
What's going on here?
Like, yeah.
No, for sure. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Because I liked all of the Bray stuff when he was coming back, and then I even liked how they built it back with it, and then it just kind of fizzled. Like they didn't, and it's not that it was anything wrong with it, but it was just they haven't done anything storyline wise. So I'm excited to see where it goes from there. I thought they might have a blow off match at Mania, and they still think they might, but I say just let it go and move on.
Is this just a recap? This match isn't tonight. Oh no, they're just talking about. I was like, hold on, this isn't tonight, is it?
Nope, we got one match left. Yeah, they're gonna say that's good for the triple threat match. God, that's gonna be a Haas fight.
Yeah.
Jesus, 3 big old that should be fun.
Yeah,
I mean they set that up pretty well last week. So
it was great with Josh as the referee.
Yeah,
that was great.
And he just beat them both up with it. Oh yeah, I forgot. LaFleur got hurt already. That sucks. You make your debut, they gave you a title, and then.
Yeah, that's one that I'm questioning. Like maybe he is really hurt, but I know he's also was on the LFG roster as well. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. There's a few people who are on the LFG roster that I don't understand why they're on the LFG roster.
That's fair.
Yeah. So we just got one more to go. Wow, this went really fast, you guys.
I was just gonna say that, and then I started sneezing, and I was able to mute before. Yeah,
I'd be interested to see how this works out with a 4-way with these guys.
Oh, I think it's gonna be great. I think Ethan and Ricky are just gonna get in their own way by going after each other.
Yeah,
and I truly think this is gonna be a match between Joe and Tony. I'm
Yeah,
a 50-50.
I normally-
I don't
I'm
know
not
which one of them it's
I'm
going
not
to
a
be,
big
but
four-way. I'm not a big four-way person at all.
Yeah, but
Like
not a big
four-way
three-way
matches.
fan either, and the three-way match was great. So
It was the women's match, and they played it well.
yeah,
so
we don't
we'll
like
see what
triple threats either, and the triple threat was great. Yeah, I'm excited. I'll give this one a shot, but I I'm not a big fan of multi-man matches either. But at least this one, just like the triple threat at the beginning, it makes sense. Like there's this built well within it for the storyline. It's not just throwing them all in a match to get them on the card, you know, like kind of like the women's tag four-way in for Mania. Like you had to get everybody on the card. It makes sense in that regard, but I'm not that excited for that match.
Kevin, if we say yours, do we think he'll show up? Will he show up in our watch party? I doubt it. But.
I mean, I could pull up my picture with him. I think it was last year in February. He did a meet and greet here in Phoenix, and I went and saw him. He was a real nice guy. And then 2 months later, he was on WrestleMania.
Oh, that's great.
My wife was in the room when he came out. I remember putting like, babe, this is who I saw. Remember when I put a meet and greet? It was this guy. No, I've always been a big fan of his work and like his style and the way he is. So I'm glad to see him being successful. And that's kind of where, you know, he's had the title long enough where I could see if he loses it like that, I could see that working with it. But I would hope it is to Tony D. I think Tony D would be a great champion, and he's never won the NXT title. He was always with the North American title. So I'd like to see that, but we'll see.
Well, and you know, he said he came back for 2 reasons, right? He's already fulfilled the first reason. This is the second reason. So it would make sense that he would win this from that aspect. I feel like you almost kind of gotta
for
say
sure.
He's gonna win it for that reason. But if he doesn't win, I could also see him saying, you know what, I'm just done with NXT then. And then we could see him move up. It's a possibility.
Yeah. I think it would be smart or the best move would be have him to win, finish his story as it were, and then maybe when he loses have him lose the belt over the summer or something, and he can come up then.
Yeah. That would be the next thing that would make the most sense. It would be sad to see him come back like this so strong and then it just be so short-lived.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I could see if he didn't win and like he could go up, but yeah, that would kind of suck because they really built this well.
Yeah.
Like even if he doesn't win tonight, don't send him up to the main roster yet. Like let him win it eventually. Like, but I think him winning this match does make the most sense. Like somehow Joe gets knocked out and then Ethan and Ricky are like trying to pin Joe Hendry, and then all of a sudden Tony just hits his choke slam on one of them and he wins. Like I could see that working. Yeah. No. Oh, yeah, and there goes Tatum run into Shiloh with the boys.
That's great.
Oh, and then Vanity Project's in the background. Triple H always has me looking at the background of all segments now, right? Like I'm always like, what's going on? Who's back there? What's going on? Ever since Dom and Liv, man. With Dom and Liv, where all of a sudden they were get up behind this. Like that was great. That was great stuff. They built that so well. Yeah, Blake getting involved with this group. Okay, yeah. Vanity Project, Glamour, that makes sense. But yeah, no, I think Blake goes right up to the main event scene here for the women's title. Because I could see, I mean, I'm not saying she takes it off of Lola, but I could see her feuding with Lola. I could see that making sense. Man, no, this pay-per-view did go really quick though. Or PLE. I mean, yeah, because it only started 2 hours and 20 minutes ago. No, I thought it was funny. Dis Awful and I are in a group chat, so we know the hell we're talking about on Tuesdays. And, you know, they're going on at 10 p.m. Eastern. And I even said, I was like, you know, hey, if you guys got to start, if this pay-per-view runs a little long and you guys got to start before us, don't feel bad. Like, we're not competition. It'll be okay. At most, it'll be like a 10-minute run over it. Now I'm like, nope, this show is ending well before y'all start.
You're like, you might want to start early.
Yeah, no, they normally do go. Actually, you know what? I should message them that. Like, yeah, I'm going to text.
Then again, who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, entrances.
Yeah. No, I'm just going to let them know that we're at the main event is all. Yeah.
No, it's been a good show, though.
Yeah.
I'm not disappointed at all.
I was going to it's moved quick, but none of the
You're
matches
doing a
felt
You're
rushed.
just starting to do a robot
everything
thing.
got to breathe. Everything got to have a good story.
You're starting a robot.
Now you are. Am I?
Are we all roboting?
Still? I'm not. I've heard you guys robot a little bit here. Am I roboting right now?
You
No.
were.
Am I now though? Yes or no?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it does. So, am I? Because I'll leave and come back if I'm roboting. But
Ouch. Sorry.
am I roboting?
And not at the present time.
All right, perfect. No, because if it goes from, I give everybody, if they robot, I'll give them 30 to 60 seconds because usually it cleans itself up. But if it doesn't, let me know. I'll pop out, pop back. That's usually the fix. Turn it off and turn it back on. And since George is a admin on it, like we don't lose the stream if I leave. So yeah, it's we set it itself up, so we're doing well with it. Will they actually kill Tony? I don't like that Tony guy at all. Like he's another Tony. I just don't like. Yeah, I don't understand why people think he's so funny. I just don't. Yeah, that's right. Like he's just terrible. And I've heard funny. I've only heard people say that he's terrible. I've never heard of anyone who actually thinks he's funny. I know he's got a popular show and whatever, but I don't know anyone who actually likes him. But that's just me.
Some of the comedians that are on his show.
Right.
I wouldn't say that I think he's funny. I like some of the comedians that are on his show.
Yeah, that's a great way. Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
And I've never actually watched his show. I've just seen clips.
Fair.
Yeah.
And I heard what was it last year for the Mania thing, when the audio got leaked, I heard some of that before it was taken down.
The thing about that is I feel like some of it might be I mean, I don't know if some of it you have to question, can you even take it out of context? But some of it I feel like might have been taken out of context. But I don't know if some of the things I heard, I'm like, I don't know if there's any context you can take that it's in it. It's in an okay way, but
you can't do an old school Dean Martin roast in 2026.
Yeah.
Those things don't work because those are just crazy to watch. They were hilarious at the time, but you can't do that stuff now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I might glass that. But they don't like him. They like the show. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I've only seen clips as well. I've never actually watched it for it, but
I don't know if anybody likes him.
That's fair. Maybe that's why it's called
Kill
Tony.
Tony. He likes him.
He's a self-hating comedian. I mean, that's pretty.
I think if you asked him, he probably would say he doesn't like himself.
That's great. Get the old Dennis Leary. I'm an asshole. Now they're showing the Tony D. Yeah, came back for 2 reasons. Yep. Yeah. No, well, I think with how they've been pushing this Tony D story, I don't think you can have him. Like, can't have if he loses here. That's fine as long as he's still in NXT. I just don't think he can leave NXT without winning the title.
The fact that
at least once
this tells me he's winning.
Well, I mean,
I could be wrong, but
they just before though they kind of showed Joe and Ethan and Ricky backstage. Oh,
they're giving everybody their time.
Yeah.
Give me a hell yeah.
Kevin Pierpont for $2. Vanity Project looks like they do Sarah J videos. I'm not sure who Sarah J is.
Move on from there.
Yeah, I'm like I have an idea, but
can't talk about it here.
Yeah, we're not. There's certain things we're not. I still don't really understand why YouTube cares so much about that specific one. But hey, at least they let us know what they care about. At least for now. They'll probably change it in a week anyway, and then tell everybody a month later. All right, so Tony comes out first. That makes sense. He's the modern day Rodney Dangerfield. I get no respect at all.
That went places.
Yeah, I was like I said, I had a guess of where that went, but I don't. Married man, I don't.
All of a sudden, we all
for over 6 years. Yeah, I had an idea.
Crickets.
Oh man, That Tony's got that 1,000-yard stare right now. He's
Sure does.
yeah.
Looks dangerous, dude.
Yeah, I was right. I was just yeah. He looks like he caused some damage. Which I mean, that's
what we want.
Yeah. No, it's oh, what Ricky's now got photographers? Okay.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Pose.
They made his entrance worse.
I hate that pose more than anything.
No, thank you for saying that, because that's what I said in the very beginning.
Yep. No, I get you guys. I don't like it or hate it. I'd say it is what it is. It's a wrestling pose. Like I don't. No, I think if he didn't do the leg part, it would be fine.
Is it a wrestling pose?
Nope.
Is it?
Nope.
How is it not? He's a wrestler doing a pose.
And it's not a wrestling
pose.
It's his pose.
I don't. I'll just leave it at I don't like it.
I mean,
very strongly do not like it. Now, I've already said I hate it. So I'm going to stick with
it.
I hate it.
You said you hated it.
Can't take it back.
And that's fair. No, yeah. And that's why I think if he's ever going to go babyface, he's got to drop it, or at least the leg part of it. I think if he just like looked down at his hand like that, it wouldn't be bad. But yeah, it's what it is. And now Ethan's got the Canadian flag guys with it. All right. I mean, at least they're making it like somewhat of a Mania type, bigger entrance. I'm cool with that. Yeah. No. Ethan Page has probably been one of of all the guys that came over from AEW, like the biggest surprise of how much better he is here. If you give him good stuff to work with, then he can get over, because he's been great with NXT. Absolutely fantastic. And just think of like all the people that he's worked with and helped got over. Javon, Trick, there's others too, but like those are the two I really think about. Like they were their first real both big feuds. Like he broke Javon's jaw in storyline. Like he and Trick had like the diss songs back and forth. Like they really went in on all that. I like that.
These flag holders will be up on the main roster pretty soon because of Ethan.
Right, seriously.
Bruce Forsyth pose.
Yeah.
All right,
Give me a hell yeah.
Oh no, let's go for the other one. Oh, I got one of the new ones here. Let's try this one. Yeah. You guys have any sounds you want to send over to us? The AltJake takes on at gmail.com. But our buddy JJ Gosling chiming in for £2. Not $2. Nice, £2. Look up the Bruce Forsyth. I'm not sure. I know who William Forsyth is, but I don't know who Bruce Forsyth is. Is this another one that I shouldn't know? Are we going to get in trouble for?
I'm trusting you here by looking this up on my phone.
Do I need to be in incognito mode?
Right. Oh my God.
Uh-oh. See, I'm happy. All right, so now I got to look this up. British entertainer. That makes sense because that's JJ.
It's almost the same thing.
That's funny.
Oh, damn. That is the same. That is almost the same thing.
What's the difference between this and this?
No, hang on. I will. I'm gonna get this on our screen. I can save that. Yeah.
You've got to be kidding me.
Hang on. We're putting this in. We will show it to the audience. I can. Here we go. Tell me that isn't the same thing, y'all, right there. I mean, that's. I mean, with the arm, the leg, it's just what I mean. Ricky turns his head a little bit and twists his leg a different way.
Interesting.
Yeah, I did not know that. This is why we're going to go early on WrestleMania Sunday for our UK fans, because we do have UK fans. We appreciate that. Interesting. I did not know that. That's funny. When Shubes watches this later, he's going to get a kick out of that. He's one of my good friends.
Said that this is a pose he used to do when he was little, and his mom thought it was cute, and that's why he does it. So did he see this?
I was going to say, yeah. All right. So did his mom have like?
Did his mom have the BBC?
Yeah. Right. Right. Or
possible.
Did they spend some time? Was there time spent in London?
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, like we've talked about too with, I mean, there's a reason Ricky is still on NXT. I mean, he debuted on NXT literally the week we started doing this show. It was one of the first things we talked about, actually, was that defection, because it was a big topic. So and he's still here. I mean, I don't know if I'm assuming he'll go up at some point, but again, like similar to like Johnny Gargano in the sense of it, where do you put him? Like he's not going to be a main eventer. Maybe I could see him with the U.S. title, Intercontinental Champion some way, but I don't see him as a WWE champion. And I like the guy. I don't, I know a lot of people really don't like him. I'm not that giant of a fan of him, but I think he's okay. I like some of the stuff he did in AEW and some of his work in NXT, but I don't think he's a main roster main eventer.
No, I would definitely put Ethan Page there before I would put him.
Right.
But,
yeah. And I wouldn't put Ethan Page there. So yeah. Exactly.
I personally would. I know a lot of people say that Ethan Page could be, and maybe, but I don't. I think he's one that, like I already said, I think he would end up in more of a mid card.
Yeah.
Or it would be a struggle to have him be holding a title, like a big title.
Yeah. And I think he wants to be, he wants to be presented as a big star, and he gets that in NXT. Plus he gets to do working with young talent, and he's not going to wrestle forever, and he's got 2 young kids. So I could see him easily just staying in NXT till he becomes one of the coaches. Because that's the other thing too, is, there's a lot of good coaches in NXT, but they're not going to coach forever. I mean, how old is Norman Smiley, for God's sake? Even Matt Bloom's getting up there. I mean, the A-Train gimmick was like, what, 1998, 99? Like, get a little old.
No, unless they do something different with this gimmick. I mean, it's possible, I guess. But yeah, Ricky Saints, I don't know. I can see that. I don't think so.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I just think he's too short, too skinny to be like, he doesn't have like what Shawn Michaels had, or other talents that have been able to be big main eventers, even though they're not giants,
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, he's friends with Punk, he's friends with Cody, so he's got people on his side, but we will see.
I've been wrong before numerous
right.
times.
And I will be again, and that is fine. That's why I always say we're not reporting any news here.
Nope.
Don't take any of what we say as fact. This is an opinion-based show. You can super chat in your opinions. We'll give you those. But we don't.
Yeah.
If
I give you any psychology knowledge that you can take for its face value, but anything that's wrestling related, no, that's probably
No, I think I'm pretty sure my only W in the last year was that I said the moment Trick gets to the main roster, he's gonna be a star pretty much from day one. I was right about that, but that was easy for me to see. I didn't feel like that was that big of a stretch or a call, So,
I'm just excited that my predictions have been on for tonight.
Yeah.
That's a win.
Yeah, because there has been many of Watch Party that I have been at and gone 0 for 4 or 1 for 5. Like, oh shit, or didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
If Tony D does win this match, though, I could see Joe Hendry going up because, he's old. I mean, he's in his mid-30s.
Yeah,
he's already wrestled on the main roster. People know who he is.
I could see it
they
too.
tweaked the gimmick enough where he can still do it. Yeah.
I could also see him showing up at WrestleMania.
Again, I could see it. Yeah.
I could see it. I'm not sure where, but
I keep saying this because I do think I still think Jelly Roll needs a partner. I think it's going to be Jelly Roll and a partner versus Kit Wilson and Miz is happening at WrestleMania.
Do you know what just popped in my head actually was it last year? He showed up with
he replaced Kevin Owens because Kevin Owens got hurt. Yeah.
Would he show up to maybe not fight, but kind of stop Pat McAfee from getting involved?
I don't know if
to help Cody.
That's a big spot because that's such main of that's like I'm not saying he can't work his way into the main event. I just don't think he's at main event yet.
None of us saw Pat McAfee working his way.
No, but Pat McAfee's with his reach and how many followers he has, his celebrity status is what got him there. So, but
I mean, since we're making this main event such a debacle as it is.
McAfee and Jelly Roll will have a match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think
McAfee against Jelly Roll. Then for Backlash, you'll have Jelly
shit,
and
that's a
Cody
good
against
call.
Orton and McAfee.
Okay. No, I could see that actually happening with it. I'm not sure how much I like two celebrities in the ring without like wrestlers in there to guide them, but I mean,
Yeah,
I could see it. I still feel like it's been,
Yeah.
that's just my thoughts.
I still
Yeah.
think Jelly Roll in a tag match makes the most sense. Plus, then it
Yeah.
gets Miz and Kit on the card too, and they put in good work. But who's his partner
Yeah,
gonna be?
Danhausen was what I was
That's
thinking.
the most obvious right now,
Yeah.
and that seems insane to me.
It
But hey,
does seem
if you
insane,
but it could work. It could also maybe see like Carmelo sliding into that spot since he doesn't have a Mania match and he's really gotten over. But we'll see. I don't know.
Not everybody can be on WrestleMania, folks. Someone's
That's
going to have to
right.
watch.
Yeah.
Make it next
Right.
year. Do better. Not everyone's going
Just
to be
ask
on.
Bailey
We'd
how
love
many
to see
times
what
she's
they
gotten
ever-
kicked off the roster or
only
off
2
the
weeks,
card.
Yeah. Well,
You know?
that's even spreading it to 2 nights, you're gonna get that.
Yeah.
Like not everyone's making it on there. It is what it is. That's one of the reasons. Another thing why I hate the AEW pay-per-views, because Tony feels like he has to get everybody on there, and there's 12 matches or 14 matches on those damn things. And it's like
6 hours long.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
They're good, but yeah, it's long.
but I'm just thinking of the people in attendance. If you want to be there for the whole thing, you got to make 2 food runs. Like that's expensive, bro.
It is. It is.
Concessions are not cheap.
I'm like, by the time, I went to one once and it ended up being a double taping. It was like Thanksgiving and they ended up doing
Oh, sure.
both shows. So it was like 6 hours. And by the time it was the end of the show, I think I had like 6-7 beers in and I was pretty lit.
LK, yes, it was last year that Randy Arcado, Joe Hendry, where Joe Hendry filled in for Kevin Owens. We will see though. No, I think that this match is going the way I thought it would though initially, where Paige and Saints will work together for a good bit and then they're going to piss each other off and then that'll break them out of it. Yeah.
Same thing that they do when they talk.
Yeah, right. Or in the backstage segments and stuff.
Yep.
Tony D awoke from the dead.
You also forget how big Tony D is until he's like, he doesn't seem like he's that big of a guy, but he's a pretty big dude, right?
Same with Joe, though, when you think about it. You don't think he's that big. And then you put him and Tony next to each other and you're like, damn, they're like the same size.
some big dudes, yeah. And Joe Hendry's got that amateur wrestling background. He wrestled for Scotland in the Brit Games. That's why you forget, like he doesn't seem like he's that old. He hasn't been around that long, but he really has. And he's
been
35
around for quite a while.
Yeah, but it's awesome to see that he still has pushed this and got himself into WWE. It's good for him. Oh, nice move.
It's that marketing background. Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Yes, LK, and that's why I didn't go.
And being a musician helps too.
That's why I did not go to that Dynamite in Arkansas.
Oh gosh, that's 1 hour of Ring of Honor, 2 hours of Dynamite, an hour of Rampage. Oh my god.
Yeah, I couldn't have took that. I'm sorry.
I mean, hey, I went to Dynamite in January and they taped Collision afterwards, and the first match to start Collision was 2 people who already wrestled on Dynamite. It's like, nope, I'm out of here. I don't need to see a second Adam Page and Mike Bailey match. Thanks, but no thanks. Now, the only reason I was upset is that I wish I had stayed for that match, just because that would have been Powerhouse Hobbs' last match in AEW. That would have been cool to see, but not cool enough to sit through Mike Bailey. Thanks, but no thanks, guys. Hate to be mean, but God, he's terrible. Oh yeah, see, they're still working together here. When's the break gonna happen? It's gonna be some moment sooner than later.
They've already broke once. They already went against each other once. Now they're back together again. I don't know what's going on.
Well, I mean, but there hasn't been like a hit of each other yet. Like
they did. They jumped up the top rope. He killed him. Then Ricky Saint speared him.
Nice.
Now they're back to being friends, which is heel fine. That's perfect for heels, I guess. That works.
I meant more of like the what's up?
Go ahead.
You can go. No, I'm good. I was gonna repeat myself, so you're good.
I was just because I really enjoyed the AEW show I did go to, because it was the one where Punk called MJF a less famous Miz.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Having Punk on the roster really improves your show. Just on the talent level of it. Just yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I mean, I did get to see MJF and Bandito wrestle. That was a good match. It went a little too long, but it was a good match. It was fun to see. But yeah, there's no way I was going to stay for Collision. And I don't know if they taped Ring of Honor beforehand. I just know they do that at certain shows. And Tony just thinks everybody wants to watch 7 hours of wrestling live. And I just don't think that many of us do. Like, we're fans. I love professional wrestling, but I also love being in my house and sleep and my wife. Sorry. No, this is good though. Everybody's getting their moments to shine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm still not the biggest fan of four ways, but like I said, this has made sense for how they set it up, and it's making sense how it's working. Oh God, Tony D's hair's coming out now. I was waiting for that. Yeah.
Business time.
Yeah. The afro starts coming out.
Never seen anybody look that different from hair pulled back to frizz.
Right.
Even Roman, seen my hair pulled back versus down. Yeah. I usually wear my hair up.
Even when Roman takes his when his hair tie comes out and his hair, it doesn't look nearly as much as Tony's does. It's you don't realize he has that much hair until it comes out.
That's funny.
He looks like a completely different person. But yeah, I mean, look at him. He's a big dude. He got up well for that.
This is actually way better than I thought it was going to be. Like with everybody involved.
Yeah.
Oh, Tony was out for like 10. I think he was out for close to seven minutes probably out of the ring there.
Well,
I didn't know where he was for a bit there. I got concerned. I'm like, is he hurt?
When I say everybody involved, I guess I should have said with Ethan and Ricky involved.
Now it's their time to get a little break.
Yep. This could be a good feud though if they continue beyond here. I still think Joe's probably going to go up, but I mean, these two are big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really hope Tony wins though. I think it would be a great big win for him on the biggest show. That'd be a crowning moment. Suplexing everybody. You want some too? Damn. That was awesome. Sorry, I was getting into that. Yeah, it's just everybody's getting a suplex.
Ricky, you get two.
Yeah, Ricky got the special.
Yeah. And then he gave it Ethan a Northern Lights. AKA the perfect plex.
Referee also slow on the count.
At least he didn't get cursed and blow his shoulder.
That was funny.
That was done
I
well.
laughed my ass off when the referee went for
so
three
funny.
and he I was like, holy
shit. And I had only just stopped laughing from Miz pulling him in as the human shield. That popped me. That was great. He just, nope, you get the curse. That was funnier than when Waller tried to take the shirt off. Like, no, the shirt's cursed. It wasn't me. It's the shirt.
It was so funny.
Oh, they've done that very well. And I'm happy for Danhausen that he got over. I really am.
Yeah.
The kids put in the hard work.
I'm super happy for
All right.
him.
Yeah. Frizzy hair, Tony D, though, man.
That's
Good
what
Lord.
I said before. He looks like Jungle Boy, but he's all jacked. I said this last show we talked about. Remember? I say he looks like Jungle Boy growing up.
He's jungle jacked up. Yeah. He's jungle jacked Perry.
Oh, are they allowed to use a chair?
He went from
Are they allowed to use a chair?
He went from being a jungle. 4-ways and triple threats have no DQ.
Oh,
always.
Yeah,
I hate that.
You can't have a DQ because you can't do it. There's no DQ in these matches. You can't have it. Like, because you want to do DQ one person, then he goes out of the match. Like, it's or the person that got hit by the chair is the winner. Like, there's no.
No, you DQ the person. Yeah. That's the one thing about
if you DQ the person and they have to leave.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, if they do that, I would be fine with it. I don't want, but in a standard DQ, it ends the match. So I don't.
No, not that way.
I could see that though.
Yeah, just let the person get ejected. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Now they're fighting each other.
There it is.
There it is. When they just were going to snap and attack each other. That was what it needed to be.
Booker T.
and Booker. I love it, man.
So many times I say he reminds me of the Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just like
there's a few impressions I can do fairly well. That's one of them. Yeah, no,
it's just like a slower version of it.
I hadn't heard that before in my head, and now I see it. No, every time. Yeah.
You're welcome, because now every time he says it, you're going to hear it.
No, that's great. Oh, Jesus. That was fantastic. The candy that was on the desk. Oh, that was great. That was fantastic. Yeah. And the crowd's really behind Tony, kind of like George was saying about Johnny Gargano being like the NXT crowd loves him. Like they love Tony too, because he's like he grew up there essentially. He grew up in front of them. Yeah, Tony's winning this
He's
match.
their OG.
Come on, Tony. Yeah. There it is. Right? 1, 2, 3. Yes.
Nice.
That was fantastic. That was fantastic. I really like that. That finish was fun. Where that's right. I just got to thinking like once Ethan and Ricky start attacking each other and take each other out with it, they'll get wiped out by somebody, and that'll be the end of them. Good for Tony D, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm happy for him. I really am. Yeah. that desk, that was great. And that's his hair, though. He's a different guy that started the match.
That was so weird looking.
Yeah. No, look at the screen. Look at our screen where he's got the hair pulled back, and then look at the screen.
Yeah.
It's two guys.
Right?
That's awesome. That was great. I really enjoyed that.
We got business Tony, and then we got party Tony.
Yeah. He's a living mullet. Business pulled back, party let out. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Well, now that he's achieved what he set out to achieve, it's going to be interesting to see where this goes from here. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be similar.
I feel like it's going to be a few.
With Boba Femi, you know. Like
I mean, I do think. I don't think he'll give it. I don't think it'll be what I think he'll do is he'll have a nice good feud with probably Ethan Page or Ricky Saints. I hope it's Ethan Page. Have a good title defenses, and then he'll do the honors and lose to somebody who they want to put a title on, and then he goes up. You know, sometime maybe this summer or fall. Yeah, that's
what I kind of meant, was like how Oba had like a nice good run with it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, that's a perfect way of doing it for him. But that was awesome. That was really cool. That was a good finish. That was a fun match.
Yeah, I am kind of shocked though. Everything was clean
Joe Hendry,
tonight.
And there was no like returns or debuts to mess any, like, you know, even the afterbirth or whatever you had, it was just Dion Lennox. There wasn't anything massive or underhanded with it. That was a hell of a show, though.
All straight shots tonight. Everything.
Yeah. And
no
the highest
bumps either. Impressive.
Yeah. And the highest I saw for like views on YouTube was like 167,000, but I wasn't looking too often. I just a couple of times I looked up at it. When it ended, there was 157,000 on mine. That's pretty good though. That was a hell of a show. That really was good. I enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. I'm really glad we watched that together. That was fun.
So we'll absorb everything and we'll review that show, part of tomorrow's show on Spaces. Give it a thorough review and go from there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thanks for having me,
guys. And This Is Awful start in 10 minutes. Absolutely. By all means, plug all of your stuff, all your shows.
Yeah. Give it a go.
Yeah, you can you can connect with me on X. I've got down here at IOG Psych. That's mine, or just look up Dr. Gina Possin. Possin is my last name. You can find my podcasts. I have 2 of them on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Spreaker, which is iHeartRadio. And I'm part of the Wrestling Soup and Friendos network. So there's a number of different podcasts within that network, but we post like weekly. For Wrestling Tapas is the one that I do, and then The Work is the other one.
Nice. And The Work is the one that you do that's like really bringing involved your the psychology, right?
Yeah, so that one's more psychology based, and that one's just me talking. It's more. Some people have said it sounds like listening to an audiobook. I'm sure. Sometimes I sound like that. And that's really just because I'm just talking straight through. So I'm sure it does kind of come off sounding like an audiobook at times, but I'm just kind of walking through and talking about a topic. I'll usually pick a topic for the night and then talk through the psychology. And again, it's IO psychology. So it's really looking at it from a workplace point of view.
That's cool. That's something different. No, that's something really, really different that that really needs to be brought to the table in this world and giving wrestling a different perspective. No, that's awesome. Every time we've had you on as a guest, it's been very enlightening and insightful. And I really, really appreciate you coming on for sure. Yeah, no. I'm not sure what the next NXT PLE is, but we'll go live for it. And you're more than welcome to join us. Absolutely.
Excellent.
100%.
Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for
Thank
coming
you,
on.
everybody. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming on. This was a great time, and we had a good crowd the other time. The chat was lively. We appreciate everybody in the chat and all 529 of our subscribers. Like George said, we will be back tomorrow night, 8:05 p.m. Eastern, right here on youtube.com/@AltJakeTakesOn. Please subscribe, set notifications, and we'll let you know we go live. You can catch me every Tuesday on Toonie Talk Wrestling, youtube.com/@ToonWrestling. We go live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Myself, Dis, and Awful. We talk about whatever's going on in wrestling and usually have a funny Dave clip to talk about, since Dave, especially going into Mania, Dave's going to have a lot of fun things to say, and I'm sure he'll have some great reviews of this show. And then George and I on every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, back here on the AltJake Takes On YouTube channel for our AEW Dynamite live review. Where we go through every segment and we watch the show so you don't have to. So please tune in, subscribe, join the party, super chat in if you'd like. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we get out of here?
All good.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out. And this stream should take you right over into the Dis is Awful stream. And they usually have it set up a few minutes before they go on, and you can join their chat, and they'll go on in about 7 minutes. So thanks everybody for hanging out. We will catch you next time. Peace.
We appreciate you making it to the end of the video. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.